Let's go. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. Today we are going to be playing some Celeste, as you can see here on my screen. I love this title screen, by the way. That's why I always start here. That and it just kind of makes sense to not be in the middle of the gameplay, but I guess it doesn't really matter a whole heck of a lot where you start or where you finish. It's about the journey along the way. Anyway, that's some Celeste words of wisdom for you. Let's get right into the... I'm pressing the A button. It's not working. That's, hello, controller? You there? Wow. Yeah, Steam's not picking up the controller, so we're gonna have to restart that. Oh, Steam. You horrible piece of software. I haven't actually hated Steam a whole lot until recently, when they started screwing up the way controls work. I mean, you'd think it would just be like, plug in your controller and it controls things, right? Hey, Desi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. How's your weekend going so far? Hopefully it's off to a good start. Excuse me while I relaunch Steam. Hey, and you beat the bot here. Nice. Feels amazing, man. Alright. Celeste. You better work this time. Well, I mean, again, it's not Celeste's fault. It's Steam's fault. Woke up with a sore throat, but other than that, I am good. That's good to hear. I mean, obviously not the sore throat part. And okay, I can press A this time. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. For whatever reason, today feels like a Sunday to me. But then, like, knowing that it isn't actually Sunday kind of is nice. So, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, I guess. Hope the sore throat goes away. Honey and tea, or honey and hot beverage of your choice. Is what I would recommend. Alright. I forgot about this place. There's no way I can actually see what's going on up here. Okay, this is one of the clouds that doesn't disappear, I think. Alright, I want to get used to the timing on this. Alright. Okay, it's one of those fish. Took some massive Walgreens brand pills. Oh my goodness, Walgreens with the save, possibly. Wait, how am I supposed to... What does that do for me? Unless I want to go... Oh, that's how I do it. Alright. Alright, I gotta go up when I do that, though. It's gonna be a little bit difficult. I did get close enough to make him explode. I forgot about these fish guys, and I don't remember where we first saw them. That was not the right way, Mr. Fish Guy. Here we go. Okay, I didn't go over enough there, because I think what I have to do is grab that wall. Oh, almost had it. What kind of Walgreens pills were they? Because, like... For me, I personally, I can't do the big pills. I can barely do regular pills. Oh my goodness, what is this? How are we supposed to get in there? Oh, you know what? It might not be. No, this will be that bad. Made it. Don't get back on the cloud. Alright, so we just gotta go. Oh, this is cursed. What on earth? How am I supposed to... There's so many spikes. And then it's just playing music like this isn't an intense thing. It really is an intense thing. Like, I can maybe get one of those things. But like, oh, you know what? I think the fish can trigger those. Is that what this is? Whoops. It's really hard not to go up there. Oh, cold and flu. Okay. So, remind me to probably not choose Walgreens cold and flu. I mean, again, it's just me. For people who can do the pills, more power to them. I just never was good with that stuff. Even though it is something I have to take these days. You have to take 2 of them. 2 of them and they're huge. Like, I don't understand. Why don't they just make all medicine... liquid? I mean, I guess I do understand because I guess you get like a stronger concentration in pills, and then there's the whole time sensitive thing of like when the pills dissolve or whatever. It's a whole racket, if you ask me. Just, like, make it as easy as humanly possible, and pills are not the way. That's not the easiest way, is possible, anyway. I think what they need to do is advance medical technology. You know, just advance medical technology, Forehead. Trying to think of something to compare them to size-wise. Okay. That would kind of help give me an idea, I guess. But really, for me, for a pill to be too big, it's not that... It doesn't actually have to be that big. Also, I feel like this music is a little weird for where we are. You know, it's not bad. Nick! Hello! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the host. It's Ding Dong Game, but so far, distinct lack of dings or dongs. Or dongers, but, I mean, that's kind of... Okay, so that's what we have to do. It's gonna be hard. Dang it. This whole... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Like, you really do have to get over that in one jump. I will say, at least it's not the clouds that disappear immediately. Alright, I kind of screwed that one up. Milkers. No milkers either. It's all... I can't think of the word for it. Oh, here we go. Yeah! Oh, I almost had it that time. This is not nearly as impossible as it looks. Alright, I just have to get in there. I just have to stay calm. Liking the soundtrack? Me too. I just feel like it doesn't necessarily fit this area. But maybe it does. I don't know. I mean, I don't make music or video games. I just enjoy them. And I am enjoying both. At the moment, it's just... I don't know. It just seems somewhat out of place to me. Again, not that it's bad. Posted in #Strem. Alright, thank you. I'll take a look at that. I can't spell, but you know. Alright, I wasn't sure if you did that on purpose or not. It's glad you got past level last week. Oh, me too. That had been... It's like one of those things that... It doesn't, like, bother you, but it's, like, on your mind. It's in the back of your mind. That's the word for it. The phrase for it, rather. Where it's like, yeah, remember that one Celeste level you never beat? We did it. We're the best. Alright. What is this? Alright, so, we got another jellyfish. Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time for me to check the Discord. Oh, I actually have a... Oops. I had a stream on in the background. My bad. That probably doesn't help the internet, but... I mean, no drop frames. Anyway, that's not the point. It was muted, so I didn't notice. No, not notifications. Pencil for scale. Yeah, that's way too big for me. Get that out of here. But hey, if they work for you, more power to you. You know, more for you. You don't gotta worry about me taking that. Although, I guess if it was, like, horrible enough and I was dying, I might take it. That's too big of pills for me, though. The ones I take are, like, way smaller. They don't even work that well. Oh, Walgreens, what are you doing? What are you doing with your... Oh, my goodness, what? Oh, we have to... We really do have to make it through that tiny gap. Wow, okay. And how is... Like, how are we supposed to get onto this platform on our left? It's kind of like behind the spikes a little bit. Maybe we'll find out if it starts moving somehow. I mean, otherwise... This is like a death trap, is what this is. Right, that's not how you... Oh! You can take the jellyfish with you! Uh-oh. I don't know if you want to do that over there. You kind of have to, though. Wait, can you... Nope. Never mind. That's not going to work. I was trying to, like, hit the platform from below and see if I could knock it upwards, but I don't think that's a thing you could really do. Oh, you have to get over that somehow. I think I understand now. Nope, I missed. Another hard section. But it's like slightly less hard than you would think it is. Or maybe... Like, there's a lot of moving parts going on here, so it's kind of hard to piece it all together. Like, I don't know if I for sure... Okay, that was just poor execution. If I for sure have the right thing to do in mind. Dang it. Now I can't even get to the other side of this. Or even to that one. Dang. Be so bad at this game. I think everyone, besides maybe the speedrunners, people are bad at this game. It's not a good game, or it's not a good game. It is a very good game. It's not a game that it's easy to be good at. Like, even the speedrunners, I don't know if they've ever done a deathless run. They probably have at some point. I don't know. If you ask me, that's a lot of damage, but I mean, I probably died over 1,000 times in this game. I would be surprised if it wasn't that high yet. Actually, can you check here? No, it doesn't look like it. Wait a minute. Why do I have the speedrun clock on? I mean, it's only a 5-hour and 22-minute run from whenever I started that clock, which is probably the start of the DLC and not the rest of the entire game. Okay, I want to do that, but go the other way, I think. Dang it. It's a hard to squeeze through gap. No! Oh, that's what you do. That's there for the jellyfish. Alright, well, you know what? In that mistake, we have found another moving part. We're getting closer to solving the puzzle aspect of the... excuse me, jellyfish? You were supposed to, go with me to the other side. You know, I don't know if you know this, but we're, like, in this together. Ow. Wait a minute, no. Almost. I was a little slow on that, but I have to release the jellyfish and grip onto that. I think. Easier said than done, but almost everything is, really. Was he slow? I guess in this case, yes. Although that does not fit nearly as well with the song. Oh, I almost had it. Oh, and the jellyfish didn't go far enough there, so that was a little weird. Nope, I did it wrong. I did grip onto there, but I accidentally dashed off instead of jumping off and then dashing, I think. That song is great, by the way. I've listened to that unironically a few times since seeing that movie. The whole thing was slow that time. It wasn't just me, it was the jellyfish. Some guy finished this in 2750. It's pretty insane. Is that the entire game? Does that include the DLC? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's impressive either way. Any percent. Okay. Well, I guess, you know, that still makes sense because that's basically just going through the game without getting any of the strawberries, or without going out of your way to get the strawberries. I'm sure if there's some that happen to be in the way, you would probably just get those. But I don't think that really applies to many, if any of them. And actually, the DLC, I don't think has strawberries in it. I haven't seen any yet, anyway. Of course, I think I am also still pretty early in it. Dang. That is tricky to pull off. Okay, so I think I understand what you have to do. Now, whether I'm going to be able to do this or not, I don't know. But I'll see if I can explain as we go along here. No, not quite. Alright, so, basically, you take the jellyfish to this part, right? I wish I had, like, a telestrator, you know? You know how, like, when you're watching a sports game on TV, they draw on the screen a little bit to kind of, like, show you what they're talking about or what's going on? I wish I had that for the stream. And now that I think about it, something like that probably exists, and I really want it. But anyway, in this right portion of the screen here, where I take the jellyfish and transition to the left to that platform in the very middle, you want the jellyfish to continue onwards, bounce off that platform to the left of the middle one, and continue its momentum into that side spring, and then it'll, like, go over this ridge in the middle back to you, and then you can get up there. I think that's what we want to do here. You know what? I'm looking this up right now. I'm going to pause this so the music calms down a little bit while I'm looking it up. Stream telestrator. Is that even an official word, or is that something that the local broadcasters around here made up? No, it is a real word. A real word. Tutorial. Free telestrator for open broadcast software. That could be nice. This is from like 8 years ago, though. That's the problem. No, it's only from like 5 or a little bit over 4 years ago. Zoom it, huh? I mean, that's pretty cool. And it says it lives in your taskbar. Okay, I wasn't aware that, you know, can I charge it rent? Because I could really use the extra income. Anyway, I'll continue looking that up later. I just really want a telestrator. I think that'd be cool. It'd be cool to, like, break down a play in Rocket League, too. Like, when you're looking at a replay or something. That wasn't very good. Not that I'm super fond of playing Rocket League anymore. Alright, it does not... It, like, seems like it doesn't go fast enough. Or it doesn't go far enough, rather. Okay, and that time I just didn't do it. You could probably just use paint and have it mapped over the screen. Maybe. And that might even just be essentially what those, whatever programs or plugins end up doing. Is that going to make it? No! I was wrong. I was just wrong. Okay, this is... I think that's what you have to do. Alright, so my telestration wouldn't have... I mean, it would have worked, but yeah, paint over the screen. I don't know if it's... like, I wouldn't be able to figure that out, probably. Like, I know how to get paint on there. Like, the way I would do it in, like, a quote-unquote janky kind of way would be do a screenshot, open paint, and then put that on the screen for a little bit. But I want to just be able to draw, like, on the OBS window itself. Because, like, I have OBS on another monitor. Again, I have no idea how that would work. Even, like, with the real programs. Oh, I gotta catch it when it's coming down. Okay. Okay, I jumped way too early. Alright, I gotta go. We're walking the bayou looking for discs? Looking for discs? Wait a minute. What kind of discs? But anyway, I hope you have a good time. That sounds like it could be fun. I like bayous. Not that I've been to it. Oh, disc golf. Okay, I thought it was disc golf, but I wasn't entirely sure. Anyway, I hope you have a great time, and thanks for stopping by the stream and for the host again. And I will see you later. Oh, we're doing it. That was for you, Nick. We did it. Alright, now you can leave. See you later, man. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, lots of spikes. In fact, that's a lot of... Look at that, there's spikes right there. How do we... Oh boy, this is spiky. I have a feeling we're supposed to, like, these spiky platforms might fall, and we gotta kind of jump between them, or maybe they don't fall. Actually, maybe they don't. It looks kind of straightforward. Well, as straightforward as something like this could get. Alright, let's go for it. And immediately die. Oh, no, I can't use the, I can't use my dash to get up there because... Okay, it does fall. That's not good. Oh, how am I supposed to do this? That's how. No! Oh, I had to use that top one. Okay, so they do fall. I kind of get how I'm supposed to do this, I think. It's just a matter of doing the thing you say you're gonna do. Ah, I'm dead. That's not good. No! Get... Oh, you know what? I'm a fool and a charlatan. There. That's better. Alright. I can try to make you a software that is invisible that you can hotkey to draw on the current screen. Then you could just put my software over the game in OBS. Yo, that could... Yeah, that might work. I might get back to you on that. Because, like, if I find something and it just, like, works and it's okay, then I don't want you to have to, like, go out of your way to do something like that, you know? But I do definitely appreciate that. And that is a cool idea. Or if you just, like, want to do it, yeah. You know? I ain't gonna stop you. I just... And if you do it, I will use it. Why is this so hard? Just DM me later. I'm not 100% sure I could do it. Might as well try it, though. Alright, sounds good. Thank you for offering to do that for me. And then we could get... Oh, I got an idea. It can be like, when you do it, we can like sell it back to Streamlabs or Stream Elements or something and say, hey, this is an extension. You know? Something like that. Get Desi a little bit of extra income on the side. Sounds like a good plan to me. Sell it for like $4.99. Yeah, there you go. And actually, some of the, or maybe even all of them, but they're like $4.99 a month even. So, I mean, it depends on how far you want to go with it. I guess. Actually, I don't know the pricing. Yeah, it is a little bit weird, isn't it? I guess not. It's not the extensions, but there was like a Streamlabs overlay editor, and basically what it did was you could take like the preset things in, what do you call it, in like this, the preset themes and stuff for Streamlabs, and you can like change the colors and stuff, and that was like $4.99 a month. And I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, I can use it and then keep the thing, but it turns out you have to keep paying to keep the thing you made. So I didn't pay for that. I did have, like, I don't remember why, but I had $15 in Streamlabs credit, so I used it. Why can't I do this anymore? You can have it for free, though? Oh, hey, that'd be sweet. And you know what? I would happily promote something like that. Oh, come on. Am I going too slow? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, you know what I might be doing wrong? Well, first of all, that. Okay, that wasn't, that might not be the ideal way to handle that one. It might be, though, because I definitely get farther. It's just then you're stuck without a jump, or without a dash, rather, when you're on the second platform. Alright, I'm gonna go get some food. Might be back a bit later. Hey, sounds good, Desi. Enjoy your food. And enjoy the rest of your day if I don't see you again. Or else. Oh. It's in the commandments somewhere. Alright, I think I am supposed to do that. You too? Thank you. That is very kind of you. Oh my god. This dash straight into the spikes. Oh, we just missed it. Alright, so that's what I'm doing wrong, is I need to use my dashes a little bit more freely. Don't be too conservative with them. Oh, I accidentally sideways instead of diagonal upped. Oh, that's a dash I didn't mean to do. Yo, what's up, Warlord? Welcome to the stream to you as well. Hope your weekend is going good so far. No. You know what? I played Toxic again yesterday with some of my buddies. Oh, man. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, I missed. Alright, so this is... I think I basically know what to do here, but I am going to be dying a whole hell of a lot. Apollo, what is up, my dude? Welcome to the stream. How's your weekend going? How's everyone... I want to know everyone's weekend all the time. No, I was so close. It's so far... Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Still very weird to me that you would play some indie AFPS. I don't know. My friend's like, hey, we should play this game together, and so I did. But yeah, I guess it is kind of weird. It's not the type of game I usually play, but it's like fun. Oh, okay, I'm doing something a little bit wrong there. Like, I'm just not having enough height to get up there. You play any other PvP games with them? I mean, would you consider... Would you consider Pummel Party a PvP game? If so, yes. We play Ultimate Chicken Horse together sometimes. Regular Human Basketball. None of these are really sound like PvP to me. I mean, they literally are, but not in like the same way an arena shooter is. We mostly just play whatever the hell. Played some Monster Hunter with them too. It was actually a great time. I actually ended up staying up to like 1:30 in the morning just talking about random shit. Good times. Weekend is good, but I'm waiting for my food right now and I'm very hungry. Well, hopefully it'll get to you soon. I hate waiting for food, and especially when you're really hungry. It sucks. Like, I swear a message just came up on the screen, but maybe it didn't. Alright. Nope. I can't do this anymore. But you know what? It's good to hear that the weekend's going good at least. Just, you know, could use a little bit more food right now. Although that's kind of a feeling I get a lot. Actually, speaking of food... I have recently found a type of pasta that sort of works for me. And I do say sort of because, like, you know, the whole keto thing, you're not supposed to have a whole heck of a lot of carbs, but, it's got a lot less carbs than regular pasta, and it's made out of, like, lentils and zucchini. And it still kind of tastes like regular pasta a little bit. I mean, when you have the sauce on it and everything, so it was pretty nice. Do the people who suggested Toxic know about Diabolical? You know what? I don't think they do. I might have to bring that up to them, because even from what I saw of Diabolical, it looked like something I'd enjoy. And again, I'm not even typically into those types of games, but it seems like it'd be a good time, especially with friends. Like, that's kind of like what... Oh, how? How? Anyway, we've been mostly playing, I don't want to say non-sweaty games, but at least playing games in a non-sweaty way. We've kind of, you know, like, we used to, like, way back in the day, this was, like, high school or probably earlier, but we'd play, like, Call of Duty and stuff and get, like, super competitive and into it. Modern Warfare 2. And it just brought out the worst in us. And I'm not saying, like, being competitive is bad, because, I mean, just, I'm a competitor at heart. But it's sometimes it's just nice to have a chill experience while you're playing a video game. You know, there's a time and a place for the competitive stuff, and usually when that group of friends and I play games together, it's like the kind of chill stuff. Like, again, Pummel Party, which is basically Mario Party, and I almost won based on bonus stars despite almost coming in last. It was kind of hilarious. Pretty excited for Monday's lunchtime. Yo, what's on the menu for Monday's lunch? Man, I miss getting excited for, like, planned lunches in a way. Because I remember, like, you know, like high school, there'd be, like, certain things they have in the cafeteria on certain days of the week, and just having that little thing to look forward to can sometimes get you through what would otherwise be a little bit of a tougher day. Those shooters are a bit more arcade, but they also have very high skill ceiling. Yes, they do. And I like that they're not trying to be realistic at all, just focus on the gameplay. Yeah, and I like that too. And I will say one thing about Toxic is the AI is, like, competent. Like, to a surprising degree. Like, we haven't played with the AI on as good as it can get, but they're on, like, either experienced or adept or something. Nah, this is too slow. And then they're good. They'll, like, dodge and everything. Like, usually in those kinds of, well, maybe not those kinds of games, but usually just in games in general, the AI is kind of, well, you can tell you're fighting an AI. And you still kind of can, to an extent, but it's a lot less so than other games. Terminal Elementary's faculty and staff decided to put together a luncheon for the tech department to thank us for all the hard work we've done. Oh, that is awesome. And it's, like, nice to be appreciated like that, too. Dude, enjoy the luncheon and make sure you take full advantage of that, what I assume to be completely paid for lunch. Have all the best food. Feast, you've earned it. I mean, the hours you've worked, dude. That's cool. Ah, dang it. I like is that arena shooters are usually very polished games because the fan base is pretty hardcore. Many people say if you cannot get 125 FPS, they are unplayable. Yeah, that's also pretty nice. You almost, like, the gameplay itself sort of, you almost have to have that level of polish and smoothness in the way the game runs. And Toxic definitely does, and something I like about that, it looks really good too. And not that that even matters, but it doesn't look like something that would be able to run that smooth, and it just kind of does. Although, to be fair, I'm not getting the 125 FPS experience on my 60 Hz monitor, so, you know, I'll take the 60 and be happy with that as a casual man. Nope. Completely paid for. I would expect it to be, but you never know. Sometimes they'd be like, well, you know, place your order or something. And put your money in the bag. Well, okay, that sounds like they're gonna rob you. That reminds me of something else, and I don't remember if I brought it up on stream yesterday. But I definitely looked into it. I have a feeling I did. But can we, like, talk about for a second how WikiHow is the greatest website ever made? Like, they have a WikiHow article on how to survive a bank robbery. And it's basically, like, the things you'd expect it to be, like, you know, do what they say, don't be a hero, just try to not die. But, like, in some of the illustrations, like, the person who was, like, confronted by the bank robbers was, like, smirking at him. Like, probably don't smirk at the bank robbers and have that look on your face while you're being threatened at gunpoint. But WikiHow is, they got everything on there. And I love the ridiculous ones. They're so good. Toxic is closer to UT. In the Quake-like AFPS games, a higher frame rate is even more important because strafe jumping and input being frame-based. That's true, too. Again, another thing, and I think you mentioned, like, inputs, like, based on frame rate, or on frames or something yesterday, and that's, like, something that I was like, hey, that's a good point I didn't think of. Same thing today. You'd think I would have learned my lesson from you yesterday, but that was another thing I didn't think of. Oh, come on. Stayed up too damn late last night? Now I have a headache. Aw. I hope your headache goes away soon. I stayed up pretty late last night, too. At least for me. Like, I'm someone who... No! Oh, I was so close! No! Oh, well. We can do it again. Like, I usually go to bed at, like, 10. I stayed up till, like, 1:30. Yeah, you went like 60 hertz monitor, but you still want your actions to feel as smooth as possible. Oh, wait, so... So what you're saying is, if I have a 60 hertz monitor, and the game is running at 125 FPS, I'm still going to have better inputs from having that frame rate, even though I'm not, like, visually seeing the frame rate like that? Because that would be something I didn't realize, and might make me consider removing the frame cap I have for some of the games, because a lot of the games I'm like, I'm not getting over 60 anyway. Most games have input time to frame rate. So even if I'm not seeing the frame rate, like, you benefit from having your inputs more precise. Because I think I'll take the 60 FPS cap off. I just, you know, was thinking, hey, I want the experience to be stable. I don't want it to fluctuate. In a very fast and twitchy game, it definitely affects you. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take my frame rate caps off then. Today I learned. I mean, I guess that makes sense, and, you know, in hindsight, I don't know why I didn't realize that. But I didn't realize that. You know what? That's the second thing I learned today. And the first thing I learned today was that British Lemonade and American Lemonade are different. Played Reflex Arena on 250 FPS because of that. Damn, that's a lot of frames per second. Like, I can't even count that high in 250 seconds. Oh, come on. Although, I did, actually, I learned another thing today that wasn't about Lemonade, or, but it did have to be, it was more closely tied to the subject we're currently talking about, and that is, like, apparently for Super Mario 64, like, there's a section of the game that just absolutely chugs, and it's not that good, right? And the Nintendo 64, not the most powerful hardware, not the most optimized thing, but something that they forgot to do. Oh, no. They forgot to, when they made Super Mario 64, they forgot to use code compiler optimizations. So it's just completely unoptimized in the Japanese and US versions of the game. But they did remember to do it for the PAL version, which I thought was interesting. And the reason why, like, it didn't matter for the PAL version, at least in terms of speedrunning, is the PAL version runs at 50 hertz anyways. So it's still not faster than the American version and the Japanese version. I mean, the Japanese version's the fastest because of Xbox and stuff, but I thought that was pretty interesting, that they literally just forgot to do the compiling. Or not the compiling, they compiled it, obviously, but they forgot the optimizations. And it was literally just a few lines of code, or flags or whatever, to make sure it would be, you know, compiled in a way that was more efficient. And, like, what people did, like, people in the Mario 64 speedrunning communities, dang it, they were able to, like, basically translate the binary back into C. Hey, we did it. And they have what is essentially the game's code translated by hand. And they put it in a ROM and it works identically. And they even ran it through the other way again to make sure it would come out the same in the machine, you know, the binary way. And it did. So, it's basically what would have happened if the code of the game was leaked. And the only difference here is that there's less documentation, but the code is basically, I don't want to say perfect, but it's like kind of perfect. And anyway, what I'm trying to get at is they went and did the compiling optimizations. When they translated it back, they put it in a ROM, ran it on an N64, and it's much smoother. Like, Nintendo just literally forgot. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, that's my weird rant thing. Like how those games can get those nice frame rates and not look like trash. Yeah, that's true. But the general gaming market only optimizes for 60 FPS at the moment. And yeah, I think 60 is nice. More, I think, is better. I like smooth. But I feel like 60 is still, at least what I would think would be the common sort of refresh rate on monitors these days. Like, in the similar way that not everyone has 4K TVs, not everyone has 144 hertz monitors or higher. Although I could be wrong on that. That's just a guess. But it will be nice once that number starts getting pushed up, and hopefully they'll start focusing less on resolution. Because like you said, those games look really nice. Despite not, like, I mean, I don't know, I'm running Toxic in 1080, it looks great. Many people buy expensive GPUs to get 120 FPS in COD or Apex, by the way. Yeah, and that's, you know, you need heavier, you need better, stronger hardware to get that in games like that, because they're just not optimized as much, and they don't really focus on trying to get the highest frame rate. But yeah, I remember in the latest Call of Duty, which I since uninstalled, by the way, I put a cap on it to 60 FPS again because I didn't know that. Hope higher frame rate goes a bit more mainstream. I really hope so too. It's such a good experience playing the games. And yeah, you're right. It's not like they can't optimize more. They just kind of don't. All right, this is going to be... Oh man, this is going to be tough. Okay, I don't know what that was. Oh lord. Oh wait, what's actually happening? Oh, you know what? It's because I didn't... It's not pressing on the D-pad at all. Oh. Oh, there's a ding-dong. Nick left at the right time. I saw it over there. See, I don't know if taking this part slow is the right thing to do. Nope, I missed it that time. Oh, why? I swear I'm inputting a diagonal, but I guess I'm not. There we go. No! Oh, I just got caught on the spike. Dang it. Oh, and... For some reason, I expect the default dash to go upwards, even though it doesn't go upwards. Alright, dinner is here. Be back in a bit. Alright, sounds good, Warlord. Thanks for the lurk and enjoy your dinner. Hope it is very tasty and great. Oh, man. That reminds me of another conversation we had about pizza. God damn. And, like, ranking the pizza toppings from, like, the best to, well, like, not really best to worst, but like one of those like tier lists that's popular these days, except with pizza toppings. And pineapple is top tier. I don't care what you say. Yeah, I know that's controversial for some people, but one, have you tried it? And two, have you tried it in like the sense of a Hawaiian pizza? You know, it's not like you're just gonna have your pepperoni pizza. I mean, although I would like this, but you know, it's not like you're just doing your standard pizza with just pineapple. It's just like the pineapple and the ham to make the Hawaiian pizza is great. And if you have tried it and don't like it, then that's fair. But I feel like a lot of people are just like, ew, pineapple. And you know what? I'm a bit of a hypocrite myself, because apparently people are putting kiwi on pizza now. And see, my initial thought was, ew, kiwi, why the hell would you put that on a pizza? So, you know, that's me not taking my own advice, or not living by my own words of pizza wisdom. Although I gotta say, I wouldn't mind trying it, but my initial thought is that it is disgusting and probably a low-tier pizza ingredient at best. Things like, this is gonna be really hard. Again, I have no idea if this is the right approach. Oh! There's like no room in there. Oh my goodness. Like, you really have to be on your game to make this one work. Oh no! It was a little bit too fast that time. Yeah, I have no idea if this is the right way, but this is going to be the way I do it until I find that there is almost certainly a better way, or that this is indeed the wrong way. AKA adjust for, you know, you gotta adapt to certain things in the game and not die like that. But I feel like it feels right. Here we go. Almost. Personally, never had pineapple on pizza, but that's because I never had the urge to even try it. And see, that's fair too. If you don't want to try, you don't have to. I would just say, don't judge until you try. You know, you can maybe think of what you might think it feels like, or tastes like, feels like. And again, I realize I'm a hypocrite because the same exact thing applies to me and kiwi on pizza, because that's, I mean, it's a cursed topping. I don't care what anyone says. I didn't get there. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I could have saved that. Also, I've been AFK heating up a bagel. Yo, nice. Enjoy the bagel. Is it like a special kind of bagel or just like a regular kind of bagel? Do you have cream cheese or do you prefer butter? That reminds me of this place that we have around here. And I don't know if it's national or not. I feel like it isn't. Oh my god, why is that so hard? We're almost through this, though. But anyway, it's called, like, the Great American Bagel, and they just sell a bunch of really nice specialty bagels. And, my goodness, if I wasn't on keto... Oh, I love their bagels so much. I love bagels in general, but, like, their bagels, they're, like, one, they're huge, and two, well, again, they're, like, specialty and, like, sort of gourmet, in a way. Okay, why is my... I feel like my dash ain't coming out there. But I might be... No, yeah, I'm just not doing the thing, that's why. You know, the character doesn't make the moves you want in the game if you don't press the buttons to make the character do the things you want. This is tough. It really is. Again, that's something I'm going to be saying a whole heck of a lot in this game. Oh, no. Like, how do you get up there? Like, I don't want to grab the jelly... Maybe you just don't grab the jellyfish. That could be an option. A little bit too much rightward momentum there. But you know what? We will persevere. This game ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, there's a song like that too, but that's only a little bit what I was getting at. Nope. I think I know what to do, but I just didn't do it right. Like, normally, when you're doing this, you kind of, like, hold the grab onto something button to grab the jellyfish, but I think what you want to do is... Okay, that's not actually what you want to do. I feel like I did do the thing I wanted to do there, but it's just maybe not the right thing. But what I was trying to do was go upwards without holding the grab button so I wouldn't grab the jellyfish. And I would just hit the key to open the door. But that did not work out. Actually, you know what? I can grab the jellyfish there. No, I can't. Not if you do that. I actually think you don't want to, because unless you go... I don't even know. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like I'm still going to have some sideways momentum that would take me into the spikes if I did it the way I'm thinking of. And I gotta learn to let go. There we go. Figuratively and in the video game. See, I keep hitting the triggers too close together. For, like, the letting go and the dashing, and then I'm, like, not grabbing the jellyfish again or something. Sometimes it really helps to, and this is going to be a weird comparison, but like in exercise, a lot of the times, and it might not seem like anything in the moment, but something that I noticed in Ring Fit Adventure, yes, we're going back to Ring Fit Adventure. Sometimes at the end of your workout session, they'll say like, hey, quick quiz, where's this muscle in your body? And you answer it. So far, I've gotten them all right because I'm the smartest man in the world. Not really, in fact, probably not in the top 100,000. Probably not even in the top million, to be fair. You know, I think that'd be saying a lot, but I don't know. My intelligence ranking aside, it's a little bit irrelevant. They tell you that, so with that, next time you're doing a workout that involves that muscle, you know exactly where it is, and you kind of, like, focus more on that muscle. It's weird. It's like a mental thing to make you... like, isolate that part of the body and work on that muscle a little bit more. That was only going to get me killed. I don't know what I was doing there. And another thing they do is, like, when they give you workouts on the screen, they'll, like, have a little tiny video thing of someone else doing the workout to kind of give you an idea of what you should be doing, and it also, like, pinpoints on the diagram of the person doing the workout where the muscles are that you're supposed to be working, so I feel like it helps you do the workout a little bit better. But anyway, the reason that relates to the game is I think it helps to sort of, like, similar to... Oh... How do you do that, though? I'm not going to look up the video. I feel like we're still way early in this to do something like that. Whereas that one time I looked up the video, aka last time I played this game, I had been stuck on that part for literal hours. You know, that's like almost kind of a last resort kind of move, I feel. But anyway, it relates to that because, like, you sort of isolate your controls in the same way. Like, you sort of become hyper-aware of what you're doing and not just let, you know, don't... How do I say it? Like, if you're, like, thinking about what your fingers are doing, like, your reaction time gets worse, but your inputs get more precise, or at least that's what happens for me. And a lot of the time, like in this game, for example, I'm not doing my inputs the right way, and that's why the things that I expect to happen aren't happening. This, however, this is more of a puzzle, because I don't know what to do there. Yeah, I don't get that one at all. Like, I think you need the jellyfish to get up there. But we'll just have to try a different method each and every time. Again, easier said than done. Ah, dang it. And another random piece of trivia, which I guess isn't really trivia, it's just a random thought I had. I got my candle that smells like a freshly brewed cup of coffee, and I love it. I love it so much. My only complaint is that it's not quite strong enough. AKA, you know, it's like it's like that, like when you're talking about something and you're like, my only complaint is I want more of it, you know? Like, that's how much you like it. So it's like almost a compliment in a way. At least that's kind of how I think of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! I was trying so hard just to go straight upwards with that, but I'm not sure if you even can, but that's what I'm trying to do so bad. And see, like right there, I'm not focusing on my inputs. But if I do it this time, focusing on my inputs. Focusing on the inputs. Hey, welcome back. How's the bagel? Have you tried it yet? I know sometimes when I have a bagel and it's like, I mean, I guess you can eat them toasted or non-toasted, but I kind of like them toasted, or at least heated up a little bit. You know, like you could eat it right out of the bag or whatever you get your bagels in, but anyway, I was gonna say, sometimes I like to let it cool a tiny bit so it's not too hot, you don't burn yourself. I actually had a really horrible experience yesterday, and it was with those pasta noodles I was talking about earlier. That are, like, nice for keto. Dang it, wasn't focusing on my inputs. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a second, take a little bit of a break, shake out my hands. 'Cause my hands do cramp up a little bit with this game. But yeah, I had a really bad experience with food burning in my mouth because it, like, burned the back of my throat, and it was just like, I was like, I'm dying. It was awful. It's basically a garlic-infused bagel that just needs to be toasted, then put butter on it. That sounds pretty damn good to me. I love those kind. Actually, I used to have that, like, with onion instead of garlic, I think. But I do prefer garlic to onion, personally. Although they're both, like, fantastic. Can't go wrong either way. Reminder to hydrate. And it's pretty damn good. I mean, bagels are just the best. Most, like, carb-based items, I think, are just amazing foods. And I'm just, like, slightly jealous I can't have them, but I also do realize that it's self-inflicted, and I'm not, like, necessarily complaining. It's just, like, I love this food, and I wish I could have it, kind of thing. Although, the keto thing, you get to eat decent stuff on that, too. And again, I'm not going to keep the keto thing up forever, but I've gotten a little bit to a slightly healthier weight range for me. And, you know, oddly enough, like, I lost, like, 30 pounds doing it so far. And it's been, like, a month since I lost any weight like, further than that. Like, since... Okay, let me rephrase. I lost 30 pounds, but it's been a month, and I'm still weighing the same as I did a month ago. So, I don't know if I've hit my... What do you call it? Like, is there, like, a ceiling to how well keto works or something? I have no idea. But I'm still exercising, still eating good, just going to keep sticking with it. I'm not going to let the lack of weight loss, like, discourage me or whatever, but if maybe I have to shift my diet again to help with that, then, I don't know, maybe that's something worth looking into. Anyway, I'm just enjoying a little bit of coffee on my break, too. While I continue to get my hand stretched out. Also, the timer still goes while you're paused. I mean, that makes sense, but I didn't realize that. Also, I might save and quit just to see how many deaths I have up to this point, because I feel like I've died a few hundred times today alone. Maybe I'm up to 10,000 deaths, not 1,000. Maybe I was off by a factor of 10. Which could be the case, and I guess I wouldn't be too upset, but... I mean, it's hard to be upset if you're playing a video game where you know you're going to die. Also... Oh, that bothers me a little bit. I'm not going to mention it. Just noticed something on the screen that bothers me a little bit. Can't wait to replace this damn headset because it kept cutting out when I was in the kitchen, then it randomly shut itself off. I remember you mentioning that. Are you going to get that one Sennheiser headset that you linked to me that one time? I forget what it was, but it was a really, really nice wireless headset. Or do you plan on getting, like, a different one? Trying to think of how much it... Oh, you are planning to? Oh, nice. You'll have to let me know how it is then. I'm still happy with the one I got on my head right now, but I also don't like this wire that I am forced to use. But other than that, it's pretty good. I don't have, like, the controls and stuff, but, you know, sound-wise, it's great. Long-lasting-wise, it's great, because I've had it for a few years now. Before this one, I had an Astro A40 headset. And, you know, that was like the gamer thing to get back in the day. And my sister got it for me for Christmas the year before, or a few months before, I should say, I started my YouTube channel. And that lasted a long time, too. And it is nice. You know, it's not just like you're paying for the brand, which to an extent you kind of are. But sound-wise, quality is pretty good. The mic on it was not the best, but I never used the mic for it anyway. And I think my mic on that ended up going, which again, for my purposes didn't matter. But what ended up doing that headset in, and why I have this one now, is that I don't remember if I think I dropped it or something, and like the actual band to the headset broke, like the plastic part. And then there was like some wiring that was exposed during that fall, and upon inspection of that, the wiring was like severed a little bit, and I'm just like, you know what? I might be able to fix that, but I doubt my skills. Like, if it was just the plastic, yeah, sure, I could maybe tape it together or something to be a little bit janky. But yeah, the wiring thing, that's too much work for me. Like, I might be able to fix that, but I don't trust myself to. And instead of saving the effort, you know, I got a good like 5 years out of it, maybe. Maybe not 5. No, yeah, 5 years sounds about right. 4 or 5 years. So I'm happy with it. And I'm still using my blue microphone that I got back in 2012. This thing, it holds up, dude. It really does. I'm afraid that one day it'll stop working. But until then, I don't need to worry about that. Instead of getting the one I showed you, I'll probably get the top tier version of it instead. There's a top tier version? It goes beyond that? Yo, show me that one. I'm going to put it on my Amazon wish list so that I can look at it and, just kind of like wish I had it. Actually, I do have I don't think it's a public Amazon wish list, but on my Amazon wish list, I have a bunch of like different audio equipment because I was looking into getting into voice acting and voiceover work, and to be able to do that right now with the mic I have is not super feasible. And I know I get a lot of like positive feedback on the way I sound, but it's just more of like from a technical perspective. I'm using a USB mic, and apparently the difference between a USB mic and an XLR an XLR mic is kind of night and day, and the people in the industry who are going to be looking for the work are going to notice that. But again, that's like one of those things where I'm like, I want to make this investment in myself, but I can't do it yet. So for now, it's just sitting on my Amazon wish list, wishing I had it. But oh my god, if I got that, ooh, that would be nice. It's so expensive though. Like, not only do I have to get an XLR mic, but I gotta get an interface for that. So that's like an extra lot of money. But yeah, don't worry, no stream goals for that. I mean, while it would improve the stream, that's more of a for me kind of thing. Whereas, for the stream goals, I liked it to be more towards for the stream kind of thing, which is still kind of for me. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, like the whole computer thing, for example, I was literally gonna be not able to stream otherwise. I mean, I have a crap top, but it can't run Chrome. So I don't have any faith it could run streaming software, let alone also a game. And then the other computer just didn't work, so. And it ended up being, yeah, it's for me, but it's to enable the stream. But anyway, that's not really here nor there, I suppose. The mic I'll be getting will be using an XLR cable too. Ooh, what mic are you going to get? I think I remember you mentioning it at some point, but I don't remember which one it was. I already have the audio interface from playing guitar, so I'll just use that for it. Oh, that's perfect, dude. Nice. That's great how that works out. AT 2020 or 2035. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like along the lines of what I was looking for too. I think mine was set on the AT 4040, but I mean, again, I'm not gonna make that purchase probably in a long time, if at all. So for now, it just sits on my Amazon wish list, and it's always subject to change when you're able to kind of like put more serious thought into that kind of stuff. But for me, I'm just kind of like, this would be nice. Nice voice actor mic. And there's like a cool accessory thing, and here, I'm gonna, 1 second. Okay, this is kind of awkward. I don't normally do this with my mic, but I need to have it in the frame in order to show you what this accessory does. It goes behind your mic like this, and it goes around, and it's like the soundproofing, so like your voice doesn't bounce back into your mic. Not that, because you talk into this part, right where my hand is. You don't talk into like this part or beyond. Like, there's settings for that, but it's set to talk into this. But anyway, here's my mic. And it's got duct tape on the sides because normally that's the hole where the stand goes. But I don't have the stand. I have this shock mount and a boom arm holding it up in front of me. But I put these here because, like, the duct tape to block the holes because I don't want dust getting in there. Because, like, inside this is, like, the motherboard and the circuitry and all that stuff for the mic. But anyway, I'm gonna move the mic back to where it should go, and I'm gonna mute to do that because the boom arm got squeaky over time. I don't want to take any chances and blow your eardrums out. Alright, out of sight, out of mind. It's back where it should be now. I don't remember what the exact word is, but there's settings on the back where you can like set it to be omnidirectional, unidirectional. Like, I think they call it like cardioid is the one I'm using right now, I think, and then I think they call the other one podcast setting, where it's like if you're interviewing someone and you're like between each other, you can basically just use the same mic and talk into it together instead of having different mics for like a podcast situation. I obviously don't use it for that. And I think there's some more settings that are like more towards like music and like picking up instruments and stuff. But yeah, I just have it set to like the side of the mic facing me is essentially what I talk into. Isn't that just called multi-directional? It might be. I don't know. I don't remember the names of it, but there's like a knob on the back I can turn if I want to change that. But for my purposes, I only ever gonna need this. So it's a cool mic though. They said in the manual, which I read a long time ago. What's okay? Discord. I'm gonna get back into the game in a second. Sorry for the extended break here, but I need to rest my hands. A little bit of a mental reset too, you know. Look up that mic and send it to you. It sounds good to me. Or headset. Yeah, you know what? The headset too. I'm interested in all that kind of stuff. You send me whatever the hell you want to send me, dude. But yeah, the headset, that'd be pretty cool. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if this headset would be okay for voiceover work, because you kind of have to hear yourself talk, which is always kind of awkward. Maybe you don't have to in real time, but anyway, it's if I turn this towards the camera, it's got like that I kind of scratched against it a little bit. That's like an ASMR thing for some kind of people, or for some people, not some kind of people. Anyway, it's like, it's not closed. I think it's actually just called open. So, sound can leak out, so to speak, and it's not noise canceling. It does sound nice though. Okay, that's the coffee done. Ooh, that was a little bit loud, sorry. Hope it wasn't too loud. I got a glass desk. Just paste the link in here. You know what? Sure. Here's good. I'll open it. I could take a quick look at it right now and look at it more later when I have time to just actually sit down and look at it and be able to think about it more, but I do at least want to check it out right now. My God, yes. Yeah, that's the nice one. Is that like does that charge it too? That stand? It looks like it does. I mean, I guess, well, I guess it wouldn't kind of have to. Looks nice and comfortable as well. Do like the padding. It's got all kinds of adapters. Alright, I'm going to look at the more technical stuff later, but thank you for linking that. It is a charging dock station, which is always nice for your wireless headphones. It's really nice for your wireless anything, to be honest. Alright, back to Celeste. Not bad for your first try-in after a decently extended break. But something like... Oh, missed it. Something like that'd be nice for me. Like, I kind of just set my headphones down on my desk. I don't really actually have a place I put them when I'm not using them. And most of the time I don't use them. It's mostly just for streams, and sometimes... I mean, obviously when I'm talking to people on, like, Discord or whatever, outside of streams, I would use it, but other than that, I just use my TV audio, which would basically be your computer speakers audio, but for me, it's TV audio, which again is not the greatest, I know, but look, I made a series of decisions that got me here, okay? But no, I don't mind it. It's fine for what I do in my free time, which is just play games and watch things. Oh, I'm surprised I caught that there. And for games where I really need to hear footsteps, I'll put the headset on, but a lot of the games I play, I don't really need that. It has contacts in the headband for it to send the charge signal through. Okay, I guess that's probably why, like, the padding on it, it's like, there's sort of like a gap, and that's kind of where the thing rests. I don't think you could have those contacts through the... Oh my God, that was so close. Oh, we can save it? We can save it? We're not going to save it. I didn't think to save it. I was too focused on how close it was. But yeah, I would love to, when you get it, I would love to have, like, your extended thoughts after using it for a decent amount of time. If you don't mind, that is. I mean, almost like an extended review, but, like, basically just not an extent... Okay, you know what? That's just not a good word for it. It's kind of what I mean, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want this review written up, you know? It'd just be nice to talk to you and see your thoughts about it. And for me, something important about a headset is comfort, because sometimes when you get a lot of pressure on your head, it hurts. Oh, we almost had that. Alright. Didn't almost have that one. Dang it. Well, you know what I think about it? Sounds good, Apollo. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope it really works out well for you. It seems like it will, but not everything does, which I have learned, unfortunately. Actually, Blue, the company who makes my microphone, got into the headphone. Well, I mean, they're owned by Logitech now. But they got into the headphone thing before they were owned by Logitech. How did I not get that? Oh, no! Dang it. Comfort is huge when picking a good headset. I 100% agree. And it looks like it'd be comfortable. My only question about it would be the gap thing for wireless charging, but even then, it looks cushiony enough where it wouldn't be like pressing down on your head on the wireless charging part that doesn't have the padding. But then, again, that's just from looks. You don't really know until you wear it. Like, the one I have right now, it actually doesn't look like the padding is that good, but it deceptively sort of is. It almost looks like a... I mean, just because of the color of it, it looks like the interior of some old guy's Cadillac. And I'm allowed to say that because my grandpa had a Cadillac. I love my grandpa, by the way. I'm not... That's not a slight against him. It was a nice car, and he's a nice man. Ah, dang it. I don't think he has it now, though. Don't think it would, but could watch a video review and see what they think about it. That's also true, yeah. And even with something like that, and it, you know, a lot of that stuff goes down to like personal preference. You know, some people might find it comfortable, some people might not find it comfortable, and that's sort of subjective. But then in that case, you can kind of go like, do a majority of people find it comfortable? Oh. Nope, get out of here, jellyfish. Oh, we've done it. It took a while, but we cleared it. What is this? What is this? How are we supposed to... Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, that's basically what I want to do, but be on the other side of him when he does that. Yeah, but I also kind of need to save a jump when I do it. Whoops. And to save a jump, you would, like, sort of have to get on the springs, but you can't because there's spikes? I don't know. And I didn't mean to get blasted out of the room, but sometimes it just kind of happens. Oh! You can do that. Alright. I understand now. It's actually a lot easier than it seems. I say as I immediately end my own life. Okay, I'm not trying to... Oh, you know what? Maybe you don't go all the way back. Maybe you just... Yeah, you just do that. Okay, yeah, that was a lot easier than it seemed. Okay, this, on the other hand, doesn't look very easy. I do see a button. I have a feeling if I go down here, I'm not going to be able to get back up, but let's see what this is all about. Oh, there's a lot of... Oh, no. Okay, so I get the basic gist of this, and this looks like some kind of significant checkpoint at the end here with that ray of light kind of coming down. I think it's fucking sick how you can adjust the audio balance and bass on the front of it with the knobs and also have a button on front to switch between different audio modes, aka presets. That is pretty sick. I didn't realize that. Like, I saw some controls on there, but I kind of just thought it was for volume, but to be able to, like, make audio presets is pretty good, because not only could you have it, like, for specific games, but you could have it for, like, specific tasks, for, like, if you're editing audio, or if you're just listening to music, or watching videos. That's really cool. That's pretty exciting, yeah. Okay, well, I was correct. I wasn't able to get back up, but that was for my own fault. Alright, so here's what I want to do, I think. Never mind, it's not even close to what I want to do. Wait, how am I supposed to... Because I think you want to hit that, right? Oh, wait a minute. Do you just... Nope. I think what you're supposed to do is make the jellyfish hit the button? You definitely don't want to just... Oh, wait. Is there anything up? No. And you can't get through there. Not that I would expect that. Let's see if we can just make the jellyfish hit the button. It doesn't look like it. How do you do this, then? Oh, no, it did work that time. You just have to be a little bit more forceful with it. And, you know, don't dash yourself to death. Okay. Again, you have to hit it on the back bounce. So I have to position myself in a way so I'll be able to... No, that's... Whoa. Looks premium as fuck, which justifies the price. That too. It, you know, not even just looks, but like functionality-wise. You know, a lot of higher-end headsets don't give you that. I choked. I just didn't do anything there. Wait, how am I supposed to... How did I do this? Like, how do you catch it on the back bounce without, like, an extra... Unless... No. I was gonna try to... Maybe you can do that, though. Let's try it for a second. Kind of, but not really. You can wall jump with that. What? Maybe you just do that? That'll make it higher? When it comes... Nope, that just gets it stuck. Oh, maybe you'd kind of do it like just a more tighter movement instead of like, Oh, that's still really hard to do, though. And what I mean by more tighter movement is I've been doing it in like a very long, exaggerated movement. Like throwing it all the way across. And like it didn't even hit that time. But maybe you need to get like real close in. Because then you can grab it when it bounces back. But I'm still kind of having trouble with that. You know what, let's try it another way. I think you got to do that, but go straight upwards, maybe. Alright, we got it. No, no. No. Okay. Oh my, this is gonna be hell. Just noticed that Unbox Therapy video did a video about them. Oh, about the headphones? That's pretty cool. I don't think I've heard of Unbox Therapy, but that sounds like a channel I could get behind. I love unboxing videos. And if they go into like a decent-ish review, even better. Okay, you definitely have to get back and reset after you do that. Maybe a speedrunner wouldn't, but I definitely do. Whoa! Did you see that big jump I got? This is so hard. Oh my god, dude. What did I get myself into? Wait, excuse me? I wasn't doing the wall jump thing. They're a damn big YouTube channel. 16.1 million subscribers. Yeah, they are. I haven't heard of them, but that's like less and less surprising on YouTube. Like, even a lot of the bigger channels, I just haven't heard of. And it's not really even their fault or anyone's fault. It's just YouTube is such a big site. And because the algorithm is the way it is... Wait, why can't I get back onto the... Okay, there we go. But because the algorithm is the way it is... Oh. Am I going to be able to get up here? Yeah, I think I am. What it sort of... Oh. Oh. You sort of get stuck watching the same stuff because the algorithm's like, hey, you like this? And it's like, yeah, but like... It leaves a little bit less room for discovery of new things. Although that's not entirely true. Sometimes you can discover new things just fine. I don't know. All I know is YouTube is weird and I don't like it. I mean, as a creator, I like it as a viewer. Watch YouTube every day. A little bit every day. Oh. This part is going to drive me absolutely insane. Whether I'm doing it right or not currently. Oh, God. I don't know why, but this part mind floods me beyond all belief. Okay, and I got a huge jump that time, too. That's a little disappointing. You don't mind it, though? The YouTube algorithm or me being really bad and this driving me insane? Either way, that's, you know, that's probably good and or for the best. Oh, no. Oh, nope. Oh, I ruined it. YouTube algorithms, how they show you related videos. Yeah, I don't mind it either. In fact, it has... You know what? Maybe what I just said is complete bullshit, because now that I'm thinking about it, I've found a lot of channels that I follow now that I didn't normally, just by going to, like, the homepage and finding the recommended stuff. Although, it is bad for when you are subscribed to a channel, and then you also have to hit the bell, and then you also have to hit the button that makes the bell work. So it's like, you jump through all kinds of hoops to do what a simple subscribe button should do. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Oh, God. Okay, didn't mean to go that fast. Maybe I'm jumping the wrong way there. Maybe that's why I'm missing it. And I kind of am, but I don't want to go backwards. Maybe I just gotta go straight up. Maybe going straight up is the way to go on these. No! It's too much sideways momentum. It kind of worked. It's true, but not a lot of people want to constantly get notified about new videos from all the channels they subscribe to. I agree with that. And I am also someone who definitely does not want to get notified about all the videos for every single creator. But the problem is, they don't show up in the sub box. Or, you know, it's just... I don't know. Like, notifications, I don't want notifications for my favorite channels. I'll find them when I want to through the sub box, if it works, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's really annoying. Most of the time I think it works, but I've noticed a lot of the time, you know what, am I just gonna, you know, let's just go for it. Yeah, just going for it. Works just fine. Oh, come on. Does for me most of the time, yeah, but that's the thing, though, it should all of the time. There's just too much... There's too much nonsense going on. But yeah, like for notifications, that's something I'm never a fan of. Again, even for my favorite channels, I'm like, I'll see it when I want to see it. It's like another one of the reasons why a lot of the times I've been questioning, should I put out a ping to tell people I'm not going to stream today in the Discord? You know, no, not everyone likes to get pinged all the time. But like, the overwhelming majority said I should do that for announcements, so I still will. Just sometimes it feels a little weird. And that's mostly a me thing. Oh? Wait, what? Oh no! How? Oh my god. This is complicated. I couldn't make it. Okay. Ah, dang it. I'm trying to, like, make the thing fall and then grab onto the jellyfish again real fast, but it doesn't work. Again, I don't know if I have announcements late, because otherwise I'd be looking forward to watching your streams. Yeah, and I feel like that's a good reason to have it there. I just can also relate to, like, when people are like, you know what, I don't really need a notification for this. And I don't know if there's a way where I can make it so that people opt in to know. I mean, I guess I kind of could, but then would I want to do it that way? I don't know, and that's another thing I got to set up. And no one has complained to me yet, so until I get like any kind of complaint whatsoever, I guess it's like fine. Or maybe people haven't complained because they either think I won't listen or don't care, or just don't feel like they have to complain about it, or I don't know. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, but it's something that does cross my mind every time I send one of those out. And I know for some of them I just kind of put in the, what am I doing here? You know what? We're just gonna take the L on that one. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Something like that. I don't remember how that song goes. I'm never a big fan of that. Was that Johnny Cash? I know a lobster that hates Johnny Cash. Dang it. Alright, I'm back. Got distracted ranting about the PC Halo port a bit. Nice. Welcome back, Warlord. How was your dinner and how was your rant? I hope both were very satisfying. Because you know what? It does feel good to rant, and I'm glad that I sort of have a platform where I can do that. That is insane. I accidentally figured it out. Boy, Johnny Trash. Oh my god. That lobster would agree with you. He's for sale, though, if you want him. Great with kids. Dog's a little nervous about him. I posted a meme in Matt's Discord about someone selling a lobster. And just the picture is hilarious, because there's just this huge-ass lobster. And then the dog's sitting next to it, and he is looking nervous. He's like, I don't know about this guy. Just the look on the dog's face is priceless. Dang it. Dinner was good. Good to hear. What did you have, if you don't mind me asking? Got it that... Nope. I was going to say got it that time. Just noticed that this video uploaded by Unbox Therapy was uploaded 4.5 years ago. What? That headset's that old? Or was it just a different video that was uploaded that long ago? Either way, that's a long time. Well, I mean, it seems like a long time, but it's weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the whole time thing. I feel like that's not a discussion my brain is ready to have just yet. Almost had it. Yeah, with Halo, there had not been an update since the first week of December. Now they work on the Halo 1 port instead of patching. You hate to see it. That reminds me of something. Apollo, you may have heard about this. Warlord, I'm not sure. But did you hear that Psyonix has decided to stop developing for Mac and Linux? For basically no reason? Like, they gave you a garbage PR reason, but I don't know. It's just like, why garbage companies got a garbage? You know? And I know that's not really related to the Halo thing, but I was just so disappointed in reading that I immediately went to the Psyonix Rocket League thing. Oh god, just rushing out ports for some quick cash, I guess, and those ports are already outsources. Oh no, when you put it that way, it's even worse. But you're right. We deserve better. And we're not gonna get better. Yes! Let's go! We did it! And this was not what I thought it was gonna be, but it felt good to conquer that. I thought that ray of light would be some kind of checkpoint slash, you know, threshold thing that once you cross it, something happens. But that was just to get rid of the jellyfish, so you can't take it into here, I guess. Yeah, they do that, but Rocket League is a joke anyways. They want it to be an esport and have trashy servers. Yeah, they do. That's another thing. They're focusing more on monetizing it than fixing it. Like, all right, how do we get more money out of people? I know, let's get rid of keys and just make the blueprint system. I've seen that too. I was like, what the fuck? Why get rid of compatibility for non-PC platforms? They're just forcefully lowering their community based. They really are, and all the reasons they gave were bullshit. I'm upset, and you know, it doesn't affect me, but it's just like, come on, you got bought by Epic Games. You have only less reasons to stop supporting those platforms. I don't care if there's, you know, 2 or 2 million people playing on them. They started to support them. They're like, hey, Linux, we got you. Hey, Mac, we got you. And now they're just like, oh, just use Wine, forehead. Just use Proton, forehead. Just use Bootcamp, forehead. Yeah, well, how about you just support your game, forehead, and not have to... Oh, my God. And they're giving people refunds for the base game only. Any microtransactions you spent on those platforms, sorry, that's theirs now. And even the refund process for the base game has been scuffed. Just the whole situation's awful, and I just... That killed most of my desire to want to play Rocket League again. And again, that doesn't affect me... Well, it sort of does, because, like, me and Nick and Shay are on an unofficial / maybe official Rumble team, and Shay's on Mac, so, you know, that's, I don't know, I'm just fucking pissed at him. Esports these days just a glorified money and advertisement machine anyway? Yeah, it kind of is, unfortunately. And this is coming from someone who sort of still enjoys esports. Also, is that gonna... Nope. I don't know why I did that. I thought that like, if I dashed that platform, the middle would move, but that's not the case. Alright, so what do we want to do? What? Alright, I think I know what I want to do on this part. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do either. Dang it, I can't. There we go. That's not what I wanted to do, though. That might not be the move here. But I kind of think it's best to get this fish dude as low as possible. No! I did it again. Is he gonna still be... Oh no, he resets. Okay, that's good. Alright, and we can do that now. Well, I don't enjoy that esports moved on to noob-friendly games, not as in I want games to be inaccessible, but for me, complex games are more suited for high-level play. That's not where the money's at, I guess. Yeah, I guess not. I mean, I think you can make an esport out of it. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think it needs to be super complex for it to be an esport and for it to be competitive. I just think you need the player base and the want to be competitive, I guess. But I also see the fact that, like, the simpler / noob-based, the more noob-friendly games would be, in a lot of ways, less exciting to watch than the more complex ones. But, I mean, I guess it's just going to happen wherever the market is. Like you said, it is kind of just about the money. No! Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I killed him. I didn't mean to kill him. Alright. Alright, we really have to... And again, I don't even know if this is the play. But I feel like it might be. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. I know what the play is. These guys can trigger that. Alright. So now, how do I make him go closer to that? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is... I messed it up. I think I know what I want to do, and it's basically the opposite of what I've been accidentally doing. Oh, this is going to be harder than I thought. Alright, so I don't want to jump on his head. That'll work. That's what esports is these days. Make any game that is hype for a lot of people, aka has to be accessible, and then use some money you made and throw it in a tournament. Yeah, pretty much. And it's pretty much all it is these days. Alright. I want to get this guy lowered. But I want him to be on the other side of... Oh, almost had it. Wait, no, not yet. Alright, you know what? That's fine. I needed to reset anyway. That's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. Oh, hey, that... Yeah, sure. I'll take it. That's what I wanted to do. Move him over here. Move him down here. And now we explode him. Oh, God. It's still easier said than... Oh, I messed it up already. It's still easier said than done. But that's kind of the gist of what I'm trying to do here. Maneuver the fishy dude all the way down to that thing, explode him, but then when you explode him, you also have to find a way to get back up. And to an extent, you kind of want to use the explosion to do that, but I don't know, this is just hard. There we go. Down you go. Oh, okay. No, 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 no. Oh, I screwed it up. I panicked. See, like, this level... Or this screen, rather. I don't know if you want to call it a level or a screen, but... it's more of the puzzle thing than it really is the execution thing. Okay, I understand. I've been enlightened. I have been shown the way, the true path to victory. I think. Okay, that time I was just very late on my reaction time. Why am I so bad at this? Like, this jump thing to get on his head from this platform does not seem like it should be that hard. Yet, I'm having a lot of... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, though. Almost hit the ding-dong. There we go. Got that one on the first try this time. No! Alright, so you need to sort of catch the platform on the way back. But that's way harder to do than it looks like. That's not what I want to do. Okay. Alright, at least that part's getting easier for me. We just gotta figure out what we do here. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. What? I almost had it, but he didn't explode when I wanted him to at first. Whoops. We gotta have to jump or else he's gonna... No, I can't get that high. Like, I could go further to the right, but I'm afraid it's just gonna throw me into the spikes and kill me. Oops, didn't get the platform to move. We'll get it, though. We'll get it. Or just literally walk off the edge and die. That's also an option, I suppose. One that I did not previously consider. You know what? I'm gonna just try the go hard at it. Oh, I kind of got screwed up from the platform of the... Or the platform of the momentum. The momentum of the moving platform. Nope, that would definitely send me into the spikes. Oh my god. Do you have to, like, time it so that... See, this is where I wish I had the ability to pause the game and Actually, a telestrator would be great for this too, but in Mario Maker, sometimes you can like pause the game and it'll show you like the trail of where your character was before you died. That would help me kind of... Okay, well, that's not what I meant to do. It would help me determine... It would help me easier determine the action I should be taking here. Maybe I gotta just completely... Whoops. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's not what I meant to do, no! Ah. Only at 6 hours, 50 minutes, by the way. Should I submit this run to speedrun.com and have a verified time on there? I feel like that might be good enough for last place. The reason why I say it might is because they'd probably just say, this isn't a speedrun, dude. And I'd be like, yeah, it really kind of isn't. Yeah, I don't really know how to handle this. And I know I'm sort of doing the same thing over and over again, but I don't mean to be doing the same thing over and over again. The reason why it looks like it is because, well, that's just the way the execution is ending up. Or maybe I'm just full of it and I am doing the same thing over and over again. Alright, just jump on the fish. It's not that hard. There we go. No, let's just try it from here. Nope. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. That's the only way I can think of to blow that up, though. Or to be able to hit that key. And I'm, like, almost certain that part is correct. Wait, what? Really? I fell so hard, or it got launched out so hard I fell off. Does the trigger of the fish rotate randomly? When you get close to the fish, you can kind of see the... like some dots and lines that indicate the radius of where the trigger is. And I don't think the trigger exists above the fish. I think it's just below it to each side, so that the fish is like... Think of it like a Pokeball right now, and the fish is the button. That's where the trigger is for him. Have you send the fish into the spikes for science? Into the spikes how? Because we did send him all the way to the... Oh, well, I guess we've done this. He doesn't do anything here. No, I didn't actually mean to die there. I don't know if you can hit him into the spikes on the other side, but we can give it a try. You sort of have to use this platform to move him. Like, right now, the only way he can go is down. I can't move him over to the left anymore. And then, you know, he's just down there, and I have to get in his trigger range. And then, when you do, he explodes you, but it would send me flying into the spikes. Or you know what? I got an idea, actually. That's not my idea. That was not the idea. Whoa! He blasted me way out, though. Ah, you jerk. There might be something to that hanging off the ledge thing. I was gonna suggest dropping straight on it. Yeah, that just kind of makes him fall down. I could drop straight here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I was gonna try to drop straight next to him to trigger the explosion, but... I don't know if that'll work. I mean, I still want to try that. I bet I just found out what I thought was the base level adjustment is actually just a profile switcher that goes from A to G. That's still good, though. I'm sure they got software for the base level adjustments anyway. And if not, there probably is software that does that. But anyway, even just to have the profiles on there is great, in my opinion. Oh, I'm gonna, like, lose grip. I forgot you have grip strength in this game. I forgot how real life works, and you have grip strength and stuff. Not that this game is that much of an analogy. My goodness, it was so hard to say the word analogy. There we go. I got it, though. To real life. You know, in real life, you can't dash in midair like this, but that would be pretty sick if someone could figure out how to do that. Then you could play Celeste in real life. How do you... like, how? I'm sure they do, yeah. Oh, then it happened again. I got blasted so far. spring does reset the dash? Yes. Yes, it does. So if I hit that, I'll get my dash back. You know what? That's gotta be part of it. Because that's like the only part of this puzzle I'm not using. And you would think if they include the spring, you're meant to use it somehow. I think that part is at least right. As for how to use the spring, I don't know. Maybe you just... Nope, because you can't get up there in time. If you explosion into the spring, you can dash up. That's what I'm trying to do there, but I don't know if you can. Let's see if I just... Nope. Landed on him. The explosion resets the dash too, by the way, but... Like, there's gotta be another way. You know what? I'm gonna try something that is probably not gonna work, but it's something that I have to try anyway. What if you just... Okay, well, that's not gonna work. With the right timing, this is possible? Okay, maybe it is just timing. I still want to try my other idea that probably won't work, just to say I tried it. Okay, well... Okay, yeah, he definitely does not trigger the spring from there. Again, I didn't think that would work, but you never know. And I need to... Yeah, do that. That's exactly what I meant to do. Alright. Well, it's nice to know that I'm at least probably on the right track, but it's still a little frustrating to not be 100% sure, and if you are, just straight up not be able to do it. Do I have to... Alright, I'm going to go back to what I was doing a little bit before. And that is, let this go. I was in the trigger range, but okay. I guess I have to be in there for like a set amount of time or a set amount of frames. Whoops, whoops. If I dashed the right way, I would have had it. I think that's the key. I dashed diagonal the wrong way. I tried to go up and to the left, but I didn't. I think you just need to figure out timing with the platform to catch up to you while you're trying to get up. Yeah, I think you're right, and I think that's kind of what that was right there, maybe? I'll have to get the execution to know for sure. So I think what you want to do is let this go. I dashed the wrong way again. It's really hard to not dash that way when your instinct is, I'm getting thrown into a wall of spikes. Whoops. But I think something along the lines of this is what we need to do. And I did it again. Alright, I just gotta try my best not to let the instincts take over too much. This is not really that much of an instincts kind of game. Whoops. Well, no. That time I just screwed up. Probably works with the platform moving either way. It probably does, I think. And this one might be the one that works for me. Although there is a chance there is only the one way it works, but... I guess that doesn't really matter. That time I think I know what I did wrong there. But I can't be 100% sure. Okay, that time I definitely know what went wrong. Got messed up by the platform momentum. Alright, take it easy. Take it slow. How did I not hit that? Oh my god. Because if I hit the spring, I get the jump, and then I can jump the other way and climb the rest of the way up there. This has got to be the way to do it, no? Like, almost certainly this is how it works. I mean, with how this trigger is positioned, the fish has to be down there. And if that is set in stone, then there's not a lot of options left. That's what I'm thinking, too. That's gotta be it. Can you dash more straight up? I sure can. I'll give it a try, see if that works. Wrote the top 3 presets. 2 of them are for speech and listening to music. The one for speech is specifically tuned so that voices won't be drowned out by music or during high action scenes in movies with loud sound effects. Not sure what the other one is for, but probably for voice chatting since it shows a chat bubble for the icon. That's pretty cool. I wonder how that works. That'd be cool to, like, try to, not try to listen to, but, like, to be able to listen to. Like, one of those try before you buy kind of things. I messed it up. Stupid platform. And by stupid platform, I mean stupid me. Alright, you know what? There we go. You know all the height, really? So basically the explosion takes you slightly to the left, but you dash straight up into the spring when the platform stays on the right for a second. Yep, I get what you mean behind going straight up. And you are also right that it's not something I tried before. Or just that also works. Not exactly how I had it drawn up in my head, but yeah, Warlord, you were right. You just need to go straight up. Okay, so these are the ones that move when you dash. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be weird. I think those features are pretty fucking awesome. I think so too. Like, that's almost like, to me, that's magic how they do that. I don't understand the technology that goes into that, so for me, it might as well just be magic. That's pretty cool. Or that just had to dash straight up to gain the height. Yeah, it's just, you just needed the height there. Alright, I think I sort of get... Oh, nope, I'm dead. I think I sort of get this. You kind of want to blow that up, and then you want to do something like that. That wasn't exactly how I had it drawn up either. Oh, I didn't hit the momentum. Dang it. Yeah, that is how you do it. That, again, that is not at all what I had planned, but whatever works, right? Alright, so we have another one of those platforms. This one I understand even less, probably. Yeah, you definitely... Like, is this supposed to, like, move the fish? Nope, that's... Like, what I'm thinking is you have to time it so that that moves the fish over. It did work. Alright, but then from there, I don't really know what to do. Oh, that moved him over more. Okay. This could be promising. If I actually did it. I really see the left-right different from up and down, probably because one way your potential energy changes in the gravitational field. See, using physics to understand physics. It just works, folks. No, but for real, that's a good point. That's something that I never would have considered. I just figured video game physics is video game physics, and that's all they're, you know. I mean, it relates enough in, like, the basic concepts where something like that could be applied, yeah. Just auto-adjust the EQ preset to be more optimized for those modes, but the amount of work that was involved in to fine-tune them pre-configured like that must have took them a really long time. I can imagine, yeah. I can only imagine, I should say. Alright, that's another one done. Okay. What? Excuse me? How am I supposed to hit that unless the jellyfish can trigger it? Okay, the jellyfish can trigger it, but... Oh, this is gonna be... Oh, okay, so that's how you do it. You want to just continue the forward-ish kind of stuff. Oh, you definitely want to... Okay. So it's just going to be jellyfish teamwork hour. And not die. It wasn't really applied, but it just helps to know that you have to treat directions differently IRL. I'll take you for your word with that one. I mean, it makes sense in the way that... Oh, that did work, but, like, barely? Oh, and I heard a ding-dong after that, so... These are the only switches we have to hit. It's just a matter of executing this. Quake Racing, you have to value horizontal versus vertical speed a lot as well. It's really interesting how people optimize their routes. It really is, and... I remember... I don't know if you sent me the video of it, but there was something I watched about, like, Quake speedruns and stuff. And, like, how optimized that freaking movement is. Like, it's actually insane. And I probably could have saved that, but I screwed it up. Like, in the way, like, some of the movement works, I mean, it's not like real-life physics applies, but, like, the directional inputs and values and stuff really do matter there. That's hard. What am I... Alright, so I kind of want to do that, but... A lot of this is kind of... Oh, I messed that one up. A lot of this is just kind of figuring this out. Alright, so I don't want to do that. Maybe if I grab onto the other side of that platform... I sent the Quake 1 first mission speedrunning history video once. Yep, that was the one then. I don't remember if it was all in that one video or if there was more that I saw that kind of also helped explain it, but... Alright, so, no, I definitely need the spring on that. Yo, what's up, dude or not? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? It is great to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, dude. Oh. And I'm dead. This section... I would say not one of the harder ones yet, but it definitely, at least, is intimidating. And it still is kind of hard. Going well, dude, decided to sleep all day? Oops. So, like, good morning. Good morning to you, too. I hope you slept well, at least. I kind of stayed up super late last night, but my body still wouldn't let me sleep in, so... Running a little bit lower on sleep than I normally am, but otherwise doing pretty good. And thank you for asking. I don't really have any complaints. And that's as good as it gets. My only real complaint is, I wish my... and this, again, is very, very minor, but I wish this candle I had, which smells like a freshly brewed cup of coffee, was slightly stronger. But the fact that I have the candle in the first place makes me happy, so it's like you can't be mad at that, you know? And that is my only complaint for the day. Oh, I screwed that one up again. It is a very nice candle. I love it. I'm gonna request a stronger one next time. I think, yeah, like coffee lovers, you're gonna like that kind of stuff. And it really is like freshly brewed cup of coffee. It's not like, hey, this just kind of smells like coffee. It's like literally the smell that, you know, when the coffee's being brewed, and you can kind of... Nope, I forgot I had to hit the spring again. Anyway, I think that's kind of sums up my thoughts on that. Don't get a decaf candle next time. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I must have gotten decaf. Hey. We did it. Okay, that was scary. The Defrag World Cup 2019 had insane runs. I think you need to understand the mechanics to fully appreciate the runs, but just how fast people zoom through the maps is probably impressive to anybody. I feel like that statement applies to speedrunning in general. Where it's like, definitely the more you understand about it, the easier it is to appreciate it, but it's still pretty cool just to see someone go so fast and so flawless. I love speedruns. I haven't been watching enough lately, to be honest. Alright, these are the... Okay. It's one of those. Alright. Let's keep making the same mistake over and over again. No, you stupid fish! I needed to jump on him, I guess. Oh, no, I'm going that way now. What on earth? This might be where I die for the day. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you need to use that fish to get through that. How, though? Alright, that's not how. That's how. Oh my god, that's insane. I did that was all an accident. See, I kind of like how I've been discovering the way to do a lot of this stuff completely by accident. Like, the game is very... Like, it's designed in the way where you can find it out on accident, even though I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, that didn't work that time. Alright, never mind. I need another accident to happen, please. Can never do this game. I don't see how you were so calm. I've just kind of come to terms... Actually, you know what? I'm going to save and quit real quick. I just come to terms with the fact that I'm going to die a lot, and honestly, it does get a little frustrating, but I want to go real quick. Climb. I'm going to go to my save file again. I've died 4,748 times. That's a lot of times. And as you can see, I'm not even like 100% complete or anything, but I don't need to be. And then in my test file, in 20 minutes of play, I died 63 times. But we do this one, because this one's more complete. Do you like speedruns, but personally like the Quake Racing has skill-based movement instead of a running button, and the maps are specifically made for runs where campaign games are not. Both have their charm, but I feel like there are more insane challenges built into most maps specifically made for runs. I definitely agree with that too, Warlord. Like, they both definitely have their appeals to different kinds of people, and even to the same people that just like different flavors now and again to an extent, but it's definitely different than, like, you know, speedrunning Quake versus speedrunning, I don't know, Destiny 2. I thought we would... Okay, we went too fast. That's kind of what I wanted to do, though. Nope. Oh. Did we do it? We did it. Alright. I think I did it wrong. I think I know what to do now. Also just found that it takes 9 to 10 hours to fully charge the AAA batteries that go into the headphones. Oh my goodness, that's kind of insane, actually. Damn AAAs. Did you know they have a battery brand called God Camel? I don't know if they're still around. Or if they're as good as Energizer. Speedrunning Quake is one thing. What I mean is there's a dedicated game mode for racing in Quake with custom maps, people playing tournaments with the shortest times. Oh, okay. No, yeah, I get what you mean now. Thanks for clearing that up. I don't think you explained it poorly. I think I just interpreted it poorly. So there's, like, dedicated, like, actual racing. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I imagine that's pretty fun to watch, too. And again, just seeing, like, the precise movements and everything needed to maintain that speed is just... I couldn't even come close. Yeah, God Camel. And then... there's another one called Die Hard. Which, you know, and I didn't make this joke, but the obvious one is Yippee double A, motherfucker. Oh, I didn't see the crystals there. Oh well. But they knew what they were doing. Yeah, that is a good one. I don't know if either of those are still around, but I kind of hope they are. Actually, I was on some kind of rabbit hole yesterday, where I was like watching random wiki hows and stuff. Oh, and that's where I learned how to survive a bank robbery. Don't be a smug bastard when they point a gun at your face, basically. But I mean, in a more serious sense. Well, I guess the whole thing is in a serious sense, but I saw a video that was like testing like which batteries are the best value. And they had like the cheap ones like from Amazon and from I think Harbor Freight makes some, and dollar store batteries, and you know, versus like Energizer, Duracell, and wait, why can't I do this anymore? And stuff like that. There we go. And I don't even remember which one ended up being the best value, but for some reason I found that really interesting. Like, which battery is the freaking best? Spoiler alert, it's the Amazon ones. They're like really bad batteries, but they're so cheap that it's worth it. I'll put a montage of the 2019 World Cup in Discord. Please do. I would enjoy watching that. Yeah. Wait until you see more weapon maps. If you start giving players rocket launchers, it gets even more insane. Oh my god. Like, I know rocket launchers can be used in movement and stuff. I can't claim to know how they would do that in Quake, but I know Halo's got the famous rocket jump. Or, well, maybe the rocket jump doesn't work, but they do have the grenade jump, which kind of works in a same kind of principle. Brand of batteries that comes with the headphones are called Recyco. Oh, okay. Recyco, huh? That's a pretty good one. What is your favorite battery brand name? I personally like Rayovac. Something about Rayovac just sounds awesome. They're not the best. They're like the exact mid-tier batteries. Like, they last a decent amount of time, but like, price-wise, they're not great. And they also don't last the longest, but they're still cheaper, probably, than Energizer or Duracell. Dang it. Almost had it that time. I feel like Rayovac's a cool one. Energizer's kind of a cool one, too. Duracell, I mean, it's too easy to make fun of it. They already did in the 80s when they called it Durasmell. Haha, very funny. Okay, Gen X. How come we don't have something that makes fun of Gen X? Like, we got OK Boomer, you got Entitled Millennial, and... Actually, I'm not sure if they have one for Zoomers yet, but you could probably think of one. Why are we leaving Gen X out of this? You know, it's not fair. We gotta let them get on the... We gotta be able to roast everyone here. Halo grenade jumps are pretty basic compared to projectiles in Quake. Well, there are some jumps with multiple grenades in Halo speedruns, which are sick. I didn't know the multiple grenade ones. I just know that grenade jumps in Halo are a thing, and then, like, you could kind of use that basic premise, and I mean basic premise, to sort of understand how the rocket jump would kind of work. And that's just for me. I don't know. That's just what my brain goes to. And I remember making a map in Halo that required a grenade jump. It wasn't a very good map, but it was a very fun map to make, because the whole thing was a trick. It was a ruse. And, like, the most popular maps were like, hey, check it out, this map deposits you over the edge over and over again. Look how popular and great this is. And I don't think they said look how popular it was, but it was like one of the most popular maps at the time. And I'm like, this map is garbage. All it does is kill you. It's not even like killing you in a fun and creative way. You just get dumped off the edge. Like, why do people think that was good? So then me and my friends started making some maps. I don't think we ever even posted them, but that inspired us to make maps because we thought it was so bad. You'll see in the movie, I guess? I suppose so. You are correct. I have Eneloop Pro batteries that can be recharged also, but they're AA's. Eneloop Pro. I've never heard of them. Rechargeable batteries, definitely the way to go, though. Oh, and you know, Tesla, they make batteries now, too. And I'm not even just talking about the ones in the Tesla cars or the solar roofs or whatever. They actually, I'm pretty sure they make just like AA, AAA kind of batteries, that kind of thing. Oh, I messed it up again. This is like really hard to do. By the way, in your Discord, it says I have to do a 2-factor authentication to be able to moderate, and it required downloading an external app on my... Did it really? That's weird. I think I might... I don't know if I have some kind of 2-factor authentication thing enabled on there where it requires people to have it. But if I do, I didn't know it made you download an external app for that. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of app. I mean, I use a lot of different authenticators, unfortunately. That is weird, though. I didn't know that would be required for moderation. I just figured if you're in the Discord, you should be able to moderate. And I don't even know if I... Yeah, it says download or install Authy or Google Authenticator for your phone or tablet. That's... Alright, I'll look into that. That's strange. I don't know if I have a setting on, but it's possible that I did. Google Authenticator is legit, though. I mean, they're both legit. I actually use both of those, and they're fine. I prefer Google Authenticator, but I also kind of want to get away from Google products in general these days. Don't super trust them. So, I mean, I would definitely understand not wanting to download either one of those. Actually, that reminds me of a horror story that happened. Well, it wasn't really a horror story, but it did suck. of what happened in a Verizon store when I got my last phone. They were legit, but I thought it was enough that I already linked my account to my phone and all. Yeah, I mean, you would think. I mean, I don't know. Like, you know how Steam has their own authenticator built in? Why don't just the other apps that have two-factor authentication do that? Maybe that's asking a little bit much from them, but... Oh, dang it, I had my diagonal input in there. Whoops. This is so hard to do at the beginning. I mean, I can't not double jump on them. I refuse to put Steam on my phone, by the way. I don't blame you. It's a garbage app. The only reason I have it on my phone is for the two-factor authentication. And that's only because I'm paranoid about computer security. Oh man, I really screwed that one up. Dang it. Why is this so hard all of a sudden? Like, I was doing so good. Now it's just been a while. You know what? I might need to take another quick break just to kind of do like a physical and mental reset. That might help. I got denied. Maybe I went a little bit too slow there. This part is a pretty mechanics heavy. Yes, it is. Like, it's a lot less about figuring it out now and more about executing it perfectly. And this beginning part especially is super finicky because you have to make the fish do the exact right thing. Alright, I'm going to take a tiny break. I don't want it to be too long, but you know what? Reminder to hydrate with your hydration beverage of choice. That reminds me, speaking of beverages, this is not really the hydration kind, but I saw that these former hockey players released a vodka, and I saw it in the store, and I was just kind of like, oh, interesting. And I never really thought much about it. It seemed kind of tasty. But then, like, another hockey player who I watch on YouTube, another former hockey player anyway, he tried it. I mean, it's not really a review, but he just, like, tried it and said what he thought about it. But now, and again, I don't know if I've been, I probably have been subliminally tricked / advertised to, but I kind of want to try it now. It's called Pink Whitney, I think, and Whitney's the last name of the guy who makes it. And basically what it is, it's vodka mixed with pink lemonade. And normally I'm not even like I'm not a vodka kind of guy. I don't like vodka that much. But apparently it's like pretty easy drinking, and I do like the easy drinking drinks. I also say as someone who enjoys whiskey, but I don't know. Maybe to some people whiskey is easy drinking. Not for, I mean, it's not easy drinking. It's pretty smooth, but it does have that burn, which I kind of enjoy a little bit. And, you know, it's hard to keep just, you know, you can't really guzzle whiskey like you can like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or something, you know? Anyway. Personally prefer if they combine puzzles with mechanics more, but might get too hard, maybe. I know some of them kind of are like that, but it's like then once you figure out the puzzle, then it's basically just becomes mechanics. And also, it would be, I mean, if you were trying to figure it out, whiskey's way better than pure vodka. True that. 100%. It's not even close for me. Some people really like their vodka, though, and I don't know if it's for the alcohol content, but, like, for me, I usually just drink for taste. And I do enjoy the taste of some whiskey. Don't really enjoy the taste of some vodka, but I had some vodka, like, if you mix it with stuff, it can sometimes be good. It's mostly a cheap way to get drunk for people? Yeah, kind of. I'm not a huge fan of it. I had this, like, cherry vodka once. It was, like, the most okay vodka I've had, but it still wasn't a great drink. So I didn't end up having a whole lot of it that night. But, you know, sometimes you go to a bonfire and you have your variety of snacks and drinks, and it's a lot of fun. And I remember... oh, I can't actually show that on stream. Never mind. Apparently you can't show quote-unquote weapons on stream, but I have, like, a pocket knife that has, like, one of those things where it's got, like, a striker in it so you can start fires. It was, like, it rained the night before, so, like, our firewood was not super dry. Or maybe it didn't rain the night before, I don't remember. But I brought, like, some homemade fire starters and that striker to get our fire going, and it kind of worked. Eventually, the logs dried out enough to burn, but anyway, bonfires are fun. Alright, and you know what I'm going to do is real quick, I'm going to head into the Discord and open that link in the new tab. Is this a meme? I guess it goes here. That's fine. And it's not that it doesn't go here. And also, I'm going to mute the game volume for a second because it's probably going to, yeah, it's just going to automatically start playing on YouTube. But I do have it open in a new tab now. That's 3 tabs I have open now just because of things that I said on stream that I want to check out. But you know what? That's okay. I mean, 3 tabs isn't a lot. I'm just surprised it got up to that much. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 to 8 tabs up on a normal basis. I know some people go really crazy with the tabs. Which ones are the other 2? One of them is to look into getting a stream telestrator so that I can like draw on the screen and kind of like explain my thoughts a little bit better. And also, it's a little bit of a novelty, but I like to do that. Yeah, 32 gigs of RAM for the win, absolutely. Don't need to worry about that kind of stuff at all. And then the other one is a headset that Apollo linked to me that I want to check out. Actually, he's been talking about it in chat a little bit too. Alright, but that's that. I'm going to get back into the game in a little bit here, but I do want to keep my break going for a tiny bit longer. Rest my hands, shake them out, because again, you can get hand cramps kind of easily. Get my gamer goo back on. I know that's got a lot of other kind of ways you can interpret that. Oh, God. Also, I'm probably going to shave soon. I don't know if I'll shave the beard just yet, but definitely the mustache. I hate the mustache. I really do. I can't grow one. I mean, you can kind of tell, but it doesn't grow in, like, the middle right here. So, I can't grow a good mustache. Nick has a fantastic mustache. Although, I think he said he was going to shave his pretty soon. Thing about the beard is, though, it does keep you warm in the winter. So, I might consider keeping it. Although, we've had a pretty mild winter, all things considered. Hasn't been super cold here. Mustache gets in your mouth while eating. That's true. This one isn't quite long enough to do that yet. But when it does, it's awful. And I'm like, this is like I hate this the most. I don't want to eat my own mustache. Yeah, mine does that. I guess some people's don't do that to them. And, you know, they're blessed. They have the mustache powers. I can grow a decent beard. Cannot grow a nice mustache, though. And, you know, that's okay. Actually, usually don't prefer facial hair that much. I mean, I did grow the beard on purpose because of the whole No Shave November thing. And then I just kind of left it because I'm like, it's keeping me warm. Normally I'm okay just, you know, going a few days without shaving. You know, sometimes get a little stubble. Think I have more mustache than you, but less than Nick. Yeah, probably. This mustache isn't really... It's definitely not something to write home about. And I've shaved it a few times since I had the beard, so it also just doesn't really match it in terms of, like, length and overall. You know, it's just... It's an easy thing to get rid of in a few minutes. Just take the thing and just get rid of it. Not a huge fan of it. Although, the beard, I'm okay with. I take care of it. I wash it. I oil it. I comb it. You know... It requires maintenance. I mean, you could just grow a beard and just have a beard, but if you're going to have facial hair and you're going to keep it for a while, I think it's worth taking care of. I mean, at least wash it, okay? Because beards can get dirty. Lots of bad things gets in there, so. By the way, even though the range is rated for 100 meters on the headphones, which is 328 feet, the actual range without walls or interference is about 150 feet. That's still much farther than the headset I currently have. That's an insane amount of range. I could almost, go out and mow the lawn and be listening to a YouTube video or something with the headset on. I mean, again, there would be walls in the way in that case, but I might be able to do that. The rest of the beard has been there for years. Yeah, and, you know, you gotta respect the beard. I mean, I respect the beard. Some people don't really care for it too much, but you know what? It ain't easy. People don't wash their beards. Why? I don't know. I guess they just kind of forget, like if they're not used to having one or something. Because, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to understand that, but Some people don't. I mean, it's again, they're not like actively saying, I'm not going to wash this. It's just probably they don't realize or forget. Because, you know, if as someone who has hair, you wash your hair every day. That's easy because you've had hair forever. But then once you get a beard, it's not like, hey, this is my hair. I got to wash this every day. It's, I don't know. I would like to get into the mind of someone who doesn't. But again, it's not that they do it on, like, they don't do it on purpose. Probably it's probably more that like forget kind of thing. And if you said, hey, why don't you wash your beard? They'd be like, you know what? I don't know. I probably just should. I don't think there's really a reason. I guess the why part's hard to explain there. But yeah, that would be amazing to do without audio dropouts. I know, like, there's some, like, as seen on TV headphones that kind of advertise that you can go outside and still listen to your TV while you're mowing the lawn. And I was just wondering if the range on that would be good enough. I know it's not specifically designed to do that like the as seen on TV ones are, but I figured, you know, that's like a much more premium product than the as seen on TV ones, so it might just have the capability anyway, even though it's not specifically designed to do that. So, I don't know, just a thought. That would be a very niche scenario for me personally, because it's like, how often do I mow the lawn and also want to listen to a video rather than just watch it? But I don't know. That's like good time for podcasts, I guess. And also, why wouldn't I just do that from my phone, which I already have in my pocket? So there's a lot of different reasons why that's kind of a niche thing these days. Oh well. Alright, let's try to get back into this. Controller. Let's back up to me and you. Okay. Good start. Nope. Oh. Rip game set. Oh, you're right. I forgot to turn it back on. Because when I put the YouTube video on in the new tab. Sorry about that. Thanks for reminding me, though. It's just frustrating when that happens. Nope. You really have to time this correctly, and that's a lot harder than it looks. And like there, I didn't get enough of a jump, so... Think you turn down the in-game music a bit? Alright, we'll do. Where is the... We just turn everything to 1? Is this too quiet now? I think this might be too quiet now. Yeah, you know what? I'll put it on 2. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I don't know, it still seems a little bit too quiet, but I kind of agree that 2 is a... Oh no, here it goes. It's picking up again. Yeah, maybe 2 is good. 3 seemed okay, but yeah, I was thinking it might be a tad on the loud side. Especially when parts of the song pick up. I didn't even realize that the song wasn't super balanced in audio, but... I mean, it's like balanced, it's just there's some parts that pick up in the music. I know for a fact that the Sennheiser headphones audio quality is completely uncompressed. It uses a really strong radio frequency to maintain its wireless connection. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Sennheiser is a good brand. I've been using their headphones for years now. Me too. Sennheiser, if you are looking to sponsor any streamers out there, I will sell out for you all day, every day. Just saying. Not that you need me to, but I gladly will because I use Sennheiser products and I enjoy them. Okay, I didn't jump on the fish's head that time. I got my parents a pair of Sennheisers too. It was kind of a cheaper pair, but they liked it. And the only reason why I say likes is because I don't really use it anymore, but that's just because they're boomers. You know, Sennheiser can't cure that. Not that that's a disease or anything. See, I'm getting myself in all kinds of trouble. They're definitely not going to sponsor me now. Oh my goodness. People of all age groups are welcome here. Except if you're under 13, because technically you're not supposed to be on the website. Just don't tell me if that's the case. Dang it. Can't wait to switch. Really want to stop using Logitech for audio because of the bad experience I've had with these. It's going to be nice. I don't know if you've used the heads... Can't even say I still can't say it anymore. Sennheiser. I'm trying to say Sennheiser, and I almost keep saying Hensire or something weird like that. Something completely blasphemous. But anyway, I don't know if you used Sennheisers before, but if you haven't, you will definitely like it. And if you have, you'll probably get a little bit more of what you expect from your previous experience, because I feel like they're pretty consistent too. Never did before. Okay, well then you're in for a treat, my friend. It really takes a while to wait for that. Generally, it's better to get products from proper hi-fi companies than some Razer trademark headphones, which are just some gamer product from a brand that doesn't have anything for high-end hi-fi setups. Interesting choice of emote there, Warlord. Whatever could you be getting at? No, I get what you're saying, though. How am I supposed to... I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that once I get that far into it. No, it is kind of true, though. Like, Razers, they might be good. I haven't used any. So, like, for me, I don't know what that sounds like. Do they make good products? Yeah, I think for the most part they do. They a little bit overpriced, you're kind of paying for the brand? Yeah, I think maybe. You know what? You're not getting, like, trash garbage. Oh, okay, I understand what I have to do there. I missed. Oh, man. Actually, Razer has a decent mic that I was... well, I don't know if I want to say I was looking into getting, but I was, like, curious about it, and I still kind of am. I think it's called, like, the Razer... No, the Naga's a... Maybe Siren. Maybe it was Siren. Not saying they don't work for gaming, but a company that has been doing headphones for decades probably has better knowledge on audio. Yep, they probably do, and I think it's pretty... I think it's pretty much demonstrably true when you compare the two. And again, that's like not even really a slight on Razer. It's just like Sennheiser is... They're pretty much the masters of audio. I'll take my free headset, please, and or... You know what? Don't give me a free head. Oh, come on. Because I don't need a free headset, because the one I currently have still works fine. But I would like a nice wireless one, like the one Apollo's going to get. So you know what, Sennheiser? If you ever listen to this, please consider. Please give me free stuff. Because I also listen to a lot of music, so I can't stand super bass-boosted gaming headsets from various brands. That's also kind of true. I don't listen to music a whole heck of a lot, but when I do, it's really nice with the headset I'm wearing right now. And, you know, especially for people who are, like, really into that kind of stuff. Like, for me, I probably wouldn't notice the difference a whole heck of a lot. I mean, you definitely notice a difference, but it's not enough for someone like me as sort of like a casual music listener guy to really be picky about, I guess. And I'm not saying it's bad that you are. It's just that's another reason to perhaps go with Sennheiser. They understand that stuff better and, you know, presumably design their products around that understanding. Okay, now I can't get this fish to blast me all the way across the map again. Yes, good to hear footsteps in Call of Duty, but try listening to metal on those. Blast beats with too much bass sound muddy, if it makes any sense. I can kind of picture that. Or it's weird to say picture that when I'm talking about, like, audio. I kind of get where you're coming from. I would have to listen to it for sure to know for sure. And I think that's, like, the case for most things that you haven't experienced that you can kind of imagine. You got to experience to know for sure, but you could also kind of get a decent idea of it from a description like that. I'm not getting blasted far enough now. Ah, come on. Ruined it that time, too. See, what I enjoy right now is I get to hear the footsteps in Celeste. That way I know when I'm coming up behind me, I guess, because I'm the only one who has feet. I mean, these fish don't have feet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could have saved that, but I panicked. did the double jump. Y'all ever see those Old Spice commercials? And this is completely not related to, what do you call it? To the conversation at all about audio or Sennheiser. But have you ever seen those Old Spice oh, I just barely didn't make it there. A little bit too slow. The ones with Terry Crews, and they're from like a few years ago at this point. But they're the ones with Terry Crews, and he's just like talks about how Old Spice and like the power and like Old Spice odor defense body wash and has too much power to let this commercial end. But anyway, he's got like all kinds of commercials like that. They're great as commercials, you know, as far as commercials go anyway. But I've seen a bunch of remixes of those, and they're pretty fantastic. Dang it. People listen to a ton of rap, like the bass value is high, but in metal, fast drums really make it all blend into each other and just becomes a wall of overpowered bass. Yeah, I could definitely, yeah, that's a good way to describe it, because that's something I can kind of understand, and, you know, definitely see why something like that would not be very nice to listen to. And that's, like, even going back to that headset, specifically the one Apollo is talking about and, like, might get, having the different presets might be nice, because then you can have a preset for rap and a preset for metal with different bass values, so that you can listen to each genre in a way that is more suited to the actual type of music you're listening to. So that's pretty cool. Give you an idea of what type of interference I have when going out of the kitchen. There are 2 walls and a fridge between me and the receivers, so if I had to guess on the distance is a straight line, it would only be about 30 feet. Ooh. I mean, that's like not horrible, I guess, but I mean, obviously the Sennheiser one is going to be a lot better. And I would guess, if anything, it's the fridge that's throwing things off. But I could be wrong. I don't really know much about that, other than they give off some kind of electromagnetic frequency. I have no idea if it's enough or in the frequency range to interfere with something like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But yeah, 30 feet, like for me in my bedroom, that's perfect. I don't need any more than that, because my bedroom's kind of small. You know, there is part of my bedroom that exists behind the green screen behind me. It's not a whole lot more, though. Alright, now I can't do this anymore. Exactly, I usually pick headsets people recommend for classic music, since a clear sound does a lot better than, or even for raw metal genres. Huh. I didn't know that either. I was almost going to say I didn't know people listen to classic music still, or classical. Or if that's even what you mean, maybe you just mean classics by the classics. Not necessarily like Beethoven. Actually, this is... the music in the background now is almost classical, so... you know, who am I kidding? And I do mean almost. And by almost, I mean I think it might have a violin in it. And that's like a... That's one of, like, the classical oh, okay. Classical instruments. When it's probably the fridge that's breaking up the signal. Yeah, and... I don't know if that's just because the fridge is breaking up the signal, or if it really is kind of getting out of range, or if you'll still have that problem with the Sennheisers because it's the fridge there. I honestly don't know. I just don't know about that stuff. It's just, if I was to guess, and I do a lot of guessing in my, I almost said line of work. I'm not working right now. Oh, anyway, I was going to talk about those Terry Crews commercials. There's one that's remixed to Super Mario 64's Bob-omb Battlefield. It's called Super Spice Bros 2. It's fucking hilarious, dude. Even Terry Crews listened to it, he said this is great. And you know when the man himself endorses it, is good. I mean, I don't know if he's still into it, but I'm pretty sure he had like a gaming PC built and was like gonna stream on Twitch. I kind of don't know if he does also, or if he still streams on Twitch, but I kind of need to get more Terry Crews in my life. I think a lot of people could. And I'm not even someone who's like, X celebrity this celebrity that. I did it. I did it. We're done. Yes. All you have to do is talk about Terry Crews all the time. I meant the genre classic. A lot of people listen to it. It's more popular for people that listen to entire releases instead of playlists of different pop songs. Okay, so the genre classic, isn't that just classical? Are those the same thing? Because when you say classic, I think of like the really old stuff like Mozart and Beethoven and Bach, to name a few. I probably should have probably look at what this wants me to do. So that platform moves. Oh my goodness. They really do want you to take that jellyfish with you the whole time. I don't see how this is doable without it. Especially since it... Oh, what is that? This isn't the end. But what is this? It could be the end. I don't think it is, though. Okay, yeah, exactly that. Okay. There's also neoclassical, which is more progressive. Usually some weird stuff that is fairly unpopular. Like, what's your opinion on it? Are you for it or against it? Alright, you know, this is gonna be probably the hardest challenge we've faced here. And I'm really scared to say that, especially considering that one that took us like hours to complete. Because I gotta try to figure out how to take the jellyfish with us. And also get this platform to move. Once I get on a roll, I think we'll be fine. But no, it was going the other way there. See, I don't like that. Neoclassical, like, oddly enough, that seems like something I could get into. Because there's like this game, well, yeah, it's this game. Fire Emblem Three Houses. I played it on stream. It's got some classical-ish sort of music. Oh, that's not where I wanted that jellyfish, probably. Like, do I have to get, like, really low here to... And I don't want to grab onto the jellyfish there. I want to grab onto that block. I like it. Generally, I prefer music that doesn't focus on vocals and has interesting, strong structure. I agree with that, too. I think that's kind of why I like video game music a lot, because there's, like, almost no vocals in it. And nothing against vocals. I do like music with good vocals, too, but it's just my preference usually leads me not in that direction, and this is... Oh, wait a minute. We can't take the jellyfish past there, though. Okay, you know what? Maybe we do want it riding on top of that block. I know the wireless receiver gives out a 2.4 gigahertz signal. I just don't know the frequency for fridge gives off while it's running. Yeah, I don't know that either. I know the common ones for like electronics are like 2.4 and 5.1? It was 5 point something. I can't remember which one it is. Off the top of my head, anyway. And I have no idea if refrigerators run in either of those ranges. But I know like some electronic devices sometimes give you the ability to switch between frequencies if you get interference on one versus the other. Oh, okay, so that's the receiver and the headset you have now. I gotcha. Oh, I didn't mean to jump there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, video game music and classical or neoclassical, and how I think I could maybe get into it. There's a song in Fire Emblem Three Houses called Fodland Winds, and I love that song so much. It's like probably, okay, I don't want to say an unhealthy amount. I don't like it that much. I don't listen to it every single day, but it's like a really, really nice song in my opinion. Very hype, very inspiring might not be the right word, and again it might be. Okay, how you... Oh, you can grab onto that when it comes back. Okay. I'm slowly figuring this out. A lot of movie and soundtrack classical music is very over-the-top, epic, and catchy. Well, it's not bad, of course, but your usual neoclassical stuff is more avant-garde. What does avant-garde mean? I don't think I've ever understood what that word means. It's a cool word, though. I mean, I like it. But I don't know if I know the meaning of that word or not. Does it mean, like, toned down a little bit, maybe? I'm trying to use context clues here, but, yeah, I generally like, movie soundtracks, too, sometimes. I think, Hunger Games was one that I enjoyed. It, like, I know, for a lot of music people, you're gonna think, are you serious? Probably. But, like, just my opinions, okay? I never said all my opinions were good. I don't think anyone has all good opinions. You'd be hard-pressed to find that. And by all good opinions, I mean opinions that you agree with all of them, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I almost got onto it. Basically means it's fairly out there and progressive, but since progressive is its own genre, that's where fairly What? Okay, let me start over. I cannot read. It basically means it's fairly out there and progressive, but since progressive is its own music genre, there is that weird split between the two. Okay, I gotcha. Experimental is another term that could work. Oh, okay. You know what? I understand that now. Yep. Thank you for clearing that up for me. Okay, this is really difficult. I don't know how many times I've said that on the stream, but like, I could be like one of those YouTubers who does this sound whenever they say something. Top right, by the way. But I'm not gonna do that. Nothing against those YouTubers either. It's just, I feel like there's a lot of videos out there where they're like start saying the same thing over and over again. It's like, let's put in a counter for whenever I say that, and it's always that sound effect that plays. Like at this point, it's I like it in the way that it's funny, not necessarily like this is a good production value kind of thing. I didn't even mean the top right, by the way, myself, but I don't think I've done that yet this week. So, actually, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Whoops. And neither was that. Oh my goodness. Progressively getting worse at this video game. Uh-oh. Alright, well, not having that jellyfish was probably gonna ruin us there. Oh, I should have dashed into that. Well, yeah, I should have just dashed into that. Ah, dang it, I almost got there this time. A lot of Wi-Fi stays in 2.4 gigahertz. I think the problem... Oh, it was 5. Maybe not 5.1 then. I think the problem with 5 is that Bluetooth and other things are in that spectrum. It's better to also stay compatible so we are not really moving on from it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's a good point, Warlord. Although I think my, maybe not my Wi-Fi router, but I'm pretty sure some Wi-Fi routers can go on both simultaneously or either one of them. Just found out that the non-smart refrigerators give off electromagnetic field radiation. If it is a smart refrigerator, then it also emits radio frequency radiation. Oh, interesting. I guess that makes sense, though. It's got to be smart somehow, right? I did know about the EMF from the non-smart ones, but that's only because I watched too many ghost hunter shows where they're like, oh, there's a spike, there's a ghost. And then they're like, oh, wait, no, it was just the fridge. Don't worry, we debunked this. It is not a real ghost. We're just in the presence of a refrigerator. And I don't mean to make fun of that content too much. I mean, I still enjoy it. Whether or not it's real, I find it entertaining. Some people hate that stuff, and I don't blame them. I just think it's interesting. And who knows, maybe they will find ghosts one day. Oh, I almost had it. Oh, man. Every matter with electric charge constantly emits lights, if you want to get technical. Oh, God. I mean, can't argue with that, though. Definitely can't argue with that. Whoops, that's not what okay, well, we're still gonna try this. Oh, this is gonna be hard. This might be one we pull out the video for, but again, until I get... Oh, that's not what Until we get to the point where I've spent literal hours on this, I don't think I'm gonna do the video. Grip too high, didn't drop down fast enough. And I gotta use less diagonal movement here, I think, too. Like, this one, diagonal's fine. This one, you don't want it. And I think even here you don't want it. You want straight that way, but then you want straight, diagonal, and then straight up, I think. Let's try that. Again, going back to what we said earlier, just trying to focus on my inputs. Alright, well. Now you're still going. This is... I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, so that's the one where Bluetooth is. Oh, I almost grabbed onto it. I wasn't paying attention to my inputs, though. So, Bluetooth is 4.2 to 4.83. No, you know what? That does make sense, yeah. That sounds about what I read in a book once. when they were teaching us about that kind of stuff. Of course, I don't really remember that off the top of my head, but to be fair, I don't work on it, or I don't work with it on a daily basis, so that's something where I'd probably remember a little bit better if I worked on it every day or something. Yeah, you might be confused with something else. I don't know what it would be. Maybe that is the Wi-Fi one. I don't remember. I know that, like, 2.4 and then, like, I know 5 is one of them, but I, for whatever reason, also thought it was 5.1, so maybe I'm just making shit up. And I also don't mean to do that either. This is insane. I feel like I'm just smashing my head against the wall every time here. Because I can't get the jellyfish up there. I can't figure out how that movement works. Standard Wi-Fi is 2.4? Yeah, I think you're right there. And I'm pretty sure the only reason the other, like, ranges and adjustments exist is because of, you know, to get rid of the interference or whatever. Wireless AC is 2.4 and 5. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Actually, they have, like, AX now, don't they? My router isn't new enough to have AX support. What does AX offer over AC? If AX is even the one I'm thinking of, it could be different letters altogether. Because AX actually came out when I wasn't in school for that anymore, so it's like one of those things where it's like, oh shit, this is new stuff, I gotta know this. Wi-Fi mesh integration is one of them? Ooh, okay. I can see how that'd be useful. Personally think Bluetooth is a gimmick anyways, never felt like I need it. It's not super great, yeah. I feel like most pan kind of stuff isn't very necessary. It's just kind of like, it's a kind of a convenience sometimes. But that's okay. It exists, it's nice. I will say, I definitely prefer, like, when listening to stuff on the phone, like if I have a headset, or even just like a Nintendo Switch. If I'm playing games on the go, I want my wireless headphones. I don't need a headphone jack. And I know people were pissed when they got rid of the headphone jack on the phones. Never affected me it never really affected me much for a variety of reasons. One being I don't listen to music that much. The other being, if I did, I won't mind using the wireless stuff. And also, I mainly just laughed at it because Apple was the first one to do it, and just considering where they came from, it was just funny. I wasn't actually all that mad at any of the companies that did that. At least I don't remember being all that mad at them, but anyway. Use Bluetooth and my wireless earbuds for my phone. Yep. There you go. And again, that's like a convenience thing where, like, it's like technically, yeah, you could use wired stuff and then not have to have Bluetooth, but it's just nice to have. You know, it's one of those, like, it's a feature. Yeah, if they work, you know. I still feel like I'm bashing my head into a brick wall with this puzzle here. Like, how am I supposed to... Like, I can't go as slow as the box thing that moves wants me to go. Whoops. For wire, because it just works. I know that many people with those wireless speakers that constantly cause issues. Oh yeah, me too. And, like, even for, like, a mouse or something, I prefer wired. Because you don't have to worry about interference nearly as much. Like, it's almost non-existent, and the only reason I say almost, and it pretty much is because, you know, your wires are insulated. But it's, like, definitely a lot less to worry about. You know the wire's gonna work unless it, like, physically broke or something. And I guess even, like, Bluetooth, you know, components can physically break, too. But yeah, give me a wireless mouse. I mean, not a wireless mouse. I mean, I wouldn't mind a wireless mouse. I heard the wireless mice are getting, like, a lot better these days. But give me a wired mouse. Give me a wired controller, for the most part. Just a lot less you gotta worry about. You can get induction effects, but that's about it. Yep. And it's a lot less common than wireless interference. But again, if you don't experience wireless interference, then by all means, go wireless. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. come on. Yeah. And, like, I know that I'm probably losing by not getting that jellyfish on the platform while it's moving. Like, you want it to be up there. Like, there it is. But I'm also... Was that how I do it? That was, like, the closest I think I've gotten, at least in a long time. It's mostly if you have a phone charging cable next to your headset cable. That one can hear weird artifacts, but easy to avoid. Yeah, you just move the wire. Unfortunately, you can't really move the interference over the airwaves. Well, you can, kind of, but not really, and also... No, I'm just going to say you just can't. I mean, it's not like you can physically take it with your hand. You can technically remedy it, but that's not really the same thing that I'm trying to... You know. Maybe you do want all diagonal inputs on this one. I'm really not sure. There we go. But then you just do that. And I feel like if I go straight horizontal, then I'm going a little bit too fast. Like, that's why I did this. Maybe... you know what? Never mind. I think maybe that's it. While trying to explain it, I may have figured it out. Just do that. And that'll make you slower than the block, so that you'll actually be able to grab onto it by the time you get there and not be, like, screwed over by the block moving too slow. That's easier said than done, though. So keep in mind that electromagnetic effects technically have an infinite range since protons are massless. Yeah, you know, just that. Wait, what? What happened? Why was I moving up? My thumb was not even on the D-pad there. Maybe, like, holding down A made me do that, but... Oh, I didn't have my extra boost. Do I need... You know, I think I do, kind of. No, I definitely don't, because I've been boosting into that the whole time. I'm trying something new here. That could have worked. I'm trying to send the jellyfish along where the stars were going. Like, the thing I want to do requires me to have both boosts, but I don't think I can actually get the jellyfish on... Oh, yes you can. Oh, yes you can, actually. Hang on. Oh, that already ruined it. It's not easy, but you can. Oh. I did read about a theory called leptogenesis lately, which tries to explain why matter in the universe exists. Because God said so. There, solved already. Sorry. I'm sorry. That does sound pretty interesting, though, because, like, all we know is, like, yeah, the Big Bang happened, but, like, why? You know, what caused that? I don't think we still know what caused that. I mean, I think there's theories, maybe, but pretty sure it's not, like, we know for sure. Ah, almost hit it. See, I don't know if this is necessary, but it definitely feels like it helps. So let's try it. Yeah, I'm still not even good at trying it. I just have to artificially slow myself down because... And I don't get what I'm doing wrong at that part, because I feel like here, go up. Okay, well that part I literally just didn't make it back to the crystals that give you the extra boost. That was pretty clear what I did wrong. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that then. I mean, I still gotta try to keep experimenting. Whoops. Since one would expect equal parts of matter and antimatter at the Big Bang, and that would just lead only into photons. Yeah, and then we got more things than just photons last time I checked anyway. Unless there's like a different universe that was like, oops, all protons. And they just forgot the other particles of matter, like the neutrons and the electrons and the voltrons and the ultrons and the... I think maybe even just Tron was pretty cool. Good movie, maybe? I don't know. Photons, not protons. Oh, yeah, I said that wrong. I mean, I didn't say that wrong, I read that wrong. I did say it wrong, but that was because I read it wrong and misunderstood the thing, yeah. Protons and photons, not the same thing. They are one letter and many orders of magnitude different from each other. And the jellyfish up there, at least. Oops, that's not what you're gonna be wanting to do. See, I don't know, because, like, I feel like I'd want to jump backwards to, again, artificially slow myself down there. Let's try not doing that, though. Because then you're just too fast. Like, it's, like, not even close how fast you are. I don't know. Protons are not even elementary. I mean, yeah, you can break them up. I forget exactly what ones break into which, but, like, there's the... Was it quarks and leptons or something? I don't remember. I used to know that. Oh, that one almost could have worked, but again, I can't do this. Quarks and gluons. Oh. Where'd I get leptons from, then? I mean, maybe that's where the leptogenesis thing comes from? Or maybe leptons can be broken down into... I don't know. And they're just not elementary. But I swear those are something that exists. I didn't just make those up. Or maybe I did. I suppose that's possible, but I really don't think I did. It just sounds like a word that should exist. Oh my god, that was so close. Leptons are a family. Electron, muon, tau, and their respective neutrinos. Yeah, that's where you lose me. I didn't know about that stuff. Like, I know my electrons. I've heard of muon, but not in the context of physics. I think there's something named after it. And then tau, I don't know what that means. A neutrino sounds like some kind of like mineral you gotta take in order to not die. You know, you need your neutrinos to be healthy. You know, that kind of thing. That's all I know. Maybe not die wasn't the right one, because, like, you know, people... It's pretty common, at least for younger people, to have, like, iron deficiencies or be too low on iron. I was kind of thinking neutrinos would be something like that. You gotta have your... you gotta have your neutrinos. Either that or they'd be like a cereal. Neutrinos, part of this balanced breakfast. Damn it. But yeah, that goes to show what I know. This is too hard. This is too hard. Alright, this is gonna be my last try, I think. Never mind. Alright, you know what? This is gonna be my last try. Wrong. I was just kidding. This one will be, though. I don't know. I might just have to leave it for today. I don't want to have to do it, especially because it looks like we're so close. And this might be the literal end of the DLC. I don't think it is. But there's a chance, because we did see something that looks like it, at the very least, ends this segment. Which, that much I'm pretty confident in. Whether I look up a video or not about this, I don't know. I might consider it, but I think I'm not going to do it between now and the next time I stream the game. I might have to, like, you know, if I get, like, super stuck on this next time I stream too, then maybe I'll do it. Just to at least kind of know if I'm doing the right thing. Again, it's, like, one way to, you know, it's one thing to know what you're supposed to do. It's another thing entirely to execute it. And I think I'm on the right track. I don't know. Maybe that is spoiling it for me. I don't know, but I don't care that much about that. I think the execution part is still the hardest out of all of it. Neutrinos are super essential for life to exist, by the way. Oh, so you do need your neutrinos. They are balanced on a knife's edge because they interact super rarely. You need about 5 light-year thick wall of lead to stop them on average. Yeah, we don't have that technology. But in supernova explosions, there are so many, think around 10 to the 30th power, and they produce enough pressure to push heavy elements out of the stars. Oh, okay, so yeah, that is pretty much why life exists as we know it, because the heavy elements that were in the stars are kind of like the foundation of, I mean, yeah, I'm like kind of on the right track, but still not really smart enough to know exactly what the right track is, or if I'm on it, or why. But I think I kind of get that understanding as to why they're important, like, at least on a basic level. At least I hope so. Oh boy. Well, that was a fun stream. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I hope you guys did too. Whoops. Oh. Celeste, are you there? I mean, it's there on the screen at least. At least it's there on the screen. Oh my goodness. To what do I owe the pleasure? I know it's 2 in a row, but I can send you all over to Nicole. She's playing some Apex Legends, a game that is very great. I'm only saying that because I know Warlord's in here, and I don't think he likes that game very much. I think it's good, though. So yeah, if they did interact more, they would totally destroy us. There are billions of them passing through us every second coming from the sun. But if they interacted less, the heavy elements we are made from would not be released into space, and planets couldn't form. Or at least rocky ones. Yep, and we live on a rocky one. And as far as we know, I'm pretty sure all life lives on the rocky ones, but I don't know. That's as far as I know, I should say, and I'm definitely not a science man. Anyway, Nicole's streaming. Let's go send some people over to Nicole. Let's share the love. I know it's 2 days in a row. Is that? Yeah, I did it right. Alright, sick. Please join the raid. Oh, I forgot to do a raid message. I mean, it's not too late, I guess. It's not counting down like you have to raid. Oh, no, it is counting down. Oh, no. Quick. Ape Sex Legends, yes. We're gonna do this one, and if you don't have the emotes, just the message in the middle is fine. Feel free to copy paste or whatever. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean a lot if you stopped by and said hi to Nicole with me. She's great. Again, she's got a great community. Some of them are or have been here now. Very welcoming. She's very funny too. So you'll enjoy. You'll enjoy. Trust me. Anyway, that's going to do it for me for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Stardew Sunday. I just realized tomorrow's Stardew Sunday, and I'm excited to play it. Alright, anyway, see you guys later. Take care.